Welcome back to the 10 Lions Podcast. I'm your boy Jalani. This is episode 31. In this episode, we will be discussing the state of Kingston, New York, Drake's Fighting Irish freestyle, predictions for 2025, Kai Cenat turning down $60 million, Jay-Z allegations, Diddy's Peacock documentary, and more. So make sure you watch all the way into the end so you don't miss a thing. Also subscribe, comment, like, and share. Introducing the one and only, the CEO, the coach, the captain of Team Canny, Jesse Canny, aka Fruit, is in the building.
What's going on, man?
How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man.
Welcome to the pod. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Happy New Year. This is the first episode of the new year, so right. I can only imagine where we're going to be at the end of this year, but I'm glad that we could start it with you. You are a super special guest. For those of you who might not know, most of YouTube doesn't know, my brother Jeffrey D'Aguilar passed almost 10 years ago this month. And Jesse is his real A1 day one, top two, if not two, one of his best friends and whatnot. So it's a pleasure and an honor and super special to have you on the podcast, 10 Lions Podcast. And I know that Jeffrey would love to see this. I know that if he's looking down right now, he's looking down and he's smiling.
Right, I appreciate that.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's my boy.
That's a fact. Do you got anything to say to the people? Words of wisdom, advice, anything before we get started?
I think 2025, we just need to be accountable.
Okay.
So the word is accountability.
I like that.
Be accountable.
Word of the day, accountability.
Accountability.
It's a word I've been saying like nonstop. Yo, is your light green on the mic? Yeah, perfect. All right, let's go. All right, so let's start off hometown advantage, state of Kingston.
Oh my goodness, man. So I probably left, I feel like in the year 2015, maybe 16.
Okay.
For a couple years. I came back for a quick second, and then I went back. So before I left, I feel like we were going down the drain. Like a lot of things were happening outside that probably were new to a lot of us. A lot of people losing their lives for different reasons, drugs and kids with nothing to do. And then COVID happened. So, we took a big hit. But coming back, if I'm being honest, I think we're headed in the right direction.
Okay.
I think we're headed in the right direction. I think that some people got to make connections. A couple more people around got to make connections with each other. I feel like when I grew up, it was uptown, it was downtown, and then it was kind of the rest. And we stayed in our respective areas. And as we grew up, we kind of ventured off. But today, I see kids from downtown, uptown, kids from uptown, downtown. I see the others all around. So everybody's together. We just got to make sure we kind of handle them the right way and feed them to the right people for guidance and things of that sort.
Okay, cool. Yeah, when you said that you want to talk about the state of Kingston, I didn't know where it was going to go.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's going in a positive direction because I feel like most people have negative things to say about Kingston.
Yeah.
So what do you speak to that? Why is that like a reoccurring theme? Whether it's in 2016 or 2025 or 2008.
I think that
why is that the case?
I feel like it's the easiest answer. You know what I mean? I feel like we go through things and I feel like a lot of us don't really get out. So we just feel like it's just here. You know what I mean? So we kind of blame Kingston this, Kingston that. But when you get out and you see other people going through some of the same things, but you see them handling it a different way, then it's kind of like we go through things everywhere. So that's what I mean. When I came back, I kind of wanted to be more in a positive outlook, so I don't care about much but my kids and the kids, the kids is what I care about. So as long as they're in the right direction and headed in the right direction, then I'm cool with that. So I feel like we're in a place where that's kind of happening. We just got to connect some more dots, and then we're on the way.
Where do you see the dots?
I think that first of all, there needs to be more care of the athletics. I think we don't care as much as we need to about sports and things of that sort. again, like not to harp on it, but going out of state and seeing other states and the way they care for basketball and football, and so these states care for violinists, and I think we just need to start finding some of these kids' talents and just pushing them in that direction.
And you're talking about outside of like the schools teams.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think? Because do you feel like there's a place for you to be a new beacon for?
Yeah,
youth?
That's kind of my stance.
Okay.
I kind of am. I'm kind of like my own entity. Like if anybody knows me, if they don't know me from me, they know me from Tay, or they know me from Jeff. So I help and do things with Tay whenever the time is there for it. So I'm a branch of Tay, but I hope to try to build to help this inner city. Probably the way Tay would if he was here. You know what I mean? Not probably, definitely the way Tay would if he was here, but it's just me, and try to do it my own ways. So I kind of have my hands in a couple different places. I'm at the Y sometimes. I go to the Boys and Girls Club. I'm really cool with Dan Whalen, who like runs the Boys and Girls Club.
Shout out Dan Whalen.
I'm cool with Matt Stote, who helps over there as well. I'm cool with Shataya, who does PGA. So I just want to be the guy who kind of help every person in my own way, because that's kind of how we grew up. Me, Tay, the Jeffs, we grew up with different people being helpful to us so that we could keep going. So I want to do that for the other kids.
That makes sense.
I want to be a pillar of that.
What would you, so with your own branch, like you said, your branch of Tays and whatnot, obviously, if you was to put a name on Jesse and Jesse's brand and what he offers, what would that be?
I think it would be like a duel between trainer and big brother.
Okay.
Like that kind of vibe, because I don't just help the kids get better at basketball. I feel like I try to open their eyes to everything. I try to let them see that if you're not doing this in school, then basketball doesn't even matter. You're wasting your time.
And that's what you should. Any good coach, trainer that's working with kids day and day, like that's what they should be doing. Like on top of that, like so that makes perfect sense. But I'm sure that not every coach does that.
No,
goes the extra mile and whatnot. Would you, if you had to put a name on it, would it be Team Canny?
Yes, it would definitely be.
I think you should run with that. Cause I think that'll catch. Yeah. And they're like, oh, where are you going, Team Canny? Oh, you know what I mean? I think that would be super fun.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, anything more on the state of Kingston?
No, that's it. I just hopefully that we continue to reach out and get these kids in the right places and try to keep pushing the city forward. And it looks good, but we got to keep going.
Right.
That's all.
I respect that. That's I'm glad to hear that. That's refreshing because, like I said, the only thing I ever hear about like the state of Kingston, like this Kingston's trash, there's nothing but bumps here, and it's just like, what are you? If you feel that way about Kingston, what are you doing to make it better?
Now, what I
not you in general.
Yeah, what I would say about Kingston as a whole, as a plus. Okay. I've been other places, and we definitely have something to us. Not even just New York. I think in Kingston, like we have like a grit or something that's different that could work anywhere. And I'm not even saying that for myself. I'm saying that through watching my kids progress in other states and stuff. Is like Kingston does something to you that it can help you everywhere else. So we have something. We just gotta keep pushing forward.
Right. You gotta, what's it called? I feel like you gotta, not you, but like in general, people gotta stop following the narratives. Like just because you've heard that Kingston is this and Kingston is that, growing up, that doesn't mean it's that anymore, because people left and right is moving here.
Yes.
And either moving here, vacationing here, touring here, shooting movies here. Like it can't be that bad.
And then that's when people are gonna start to be mad. They came to our town, our town. That's when it'll become our
nuts.
town.
Yeah, we gotta. That's what we gotta work on, that mindset, that mentality and whatnot.
Yeah.
So Team Canny,
Right.
2025, we need the logo, we need the merch.
I got you.
We need the camps.
We on it.
Yo, this the year that we started with Team Candy. Let's go.
We on it.
I'm definitely hyped for that. And anything that you need, and I feel like that's we need more support amongst the community and amongst the people.
Yes.
Anything that you need, all you gotta do is hit my line.
Definitely.
And you got all the resources around you where you can hit a list of people.
Yeah.
And everybody should fall in line because they know that you're a good dude.
And that's what I'm speaking. That's exactly what I mean. It needs to happen because that'll help the youth. You know, we're all trying to help everybody. If everybody gets the help everybody mindset, how can we lose?
And it's what's it called? The only thing I would say is sometimes it can be discouraging or seem like it's not going nowhere, whatever. There's slow days, whatever. But I feel like when you're doing it with with good intentions and for a good purpose, good cause and whatnot, like it's gonna come regardless. You know what I mean? Like the support is gonna come, the help is gonna come, the guidance is gonna come, the formats are gonna come or whatever.
Yes.
So it's just a matter of staying consistent and just keep grinding with it, and then it'll all fall into place.
No, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, that was a good, surprisingly positive talk on the state of Kingston. All right, so the next topic is Drake's Fighting Irish freestyle. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Jesse? Talk to me.
He's talking to LeBron, man.
Okay.
He's talking to LeBron.
Okay.
Kendrick won.
Okay.
Okay. I was
going to say that?
Yes, Kendrick won. And let me start with, it's a good freestyle. It's good. It's all right. But I think he's like damaging himself more because he's opening himself up more. They're showing that he got the LeBron tattoo. And so now they're calling him like the bitter baby mom. And I've seen things like that. He's kind of like opened himself up to more name calling and things.
They said Drake has LeBron tattooed on his body. He is now dissing that man. We've reached bitter baby mama behavior.
Yeah, see, I've heard that.
That's unfortunate. I mean, it's like the bro don't got a team or something. It's you got all these guys around you. Who is telling you to do these things?
You know what I think it is, though? And I could kind of speak from experience. When you think people are a certain way and it just starts hitting you from every angle.
Right.
It kind of makes you like a shell of yourself. So I think he's kind of like halfway back to normal, but
and at least he's responding with bars. That's something like so. It's like I didn't even because when it dropped, like that's the thing too. When he drops, you're still tuned in. Like everyone was dropped, he was trending on Twitter, But it's like, damn, why are you rapping about LeBron? Not even if you was gonna rap about LeBron, make the shit hit. That shit was like on some sad, slow shit or whatever.
More, it's kind of like.
And then you got tatted, so it's like, you gotta, bro. It gets me tight because you know what side originally is on. Now I'm in the middle. Like I can't keep defending you like this.
I think he's going to end up okay, though. I just think that is for the first time he's getting hit from all angles. And I feel like he should have realized a lot of these people weren't his real friends.
Okay. Why's that?
Because why should you feel like they're your friends? You guys are all rich. You're just the guy that everybody will listen to. So, it's not really like we're cool because of your personality type of thing. It's like you just got 5 million views in however many days. And
so you think they was using them?
Yeah, I think Future might have been the only one that was really kind of cool with him. But if that story seems true, then I think that it was gonna end up that way eventually.
DJ Duya is in the comments. He said he always been that guy. People always let this stuff slide. What stuff are you referring to, DJ Duya? Talk to me. Maybe if he's talking about LeBron siding with Kendrick, then yeah. So like that makes sense. So he's on Drake's side, which makes sense. Somebody got to be.
The video that I seen when he was rapping the Like That verse, I think before a game.
There's LeBron.
That was the only one. Them other ones like that. That was the name of that song.
Something happened between them.
I Deserve It All.
That's off his new album. I know which one you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
LeBron rapping that to me isn't bad because that could
he does deserve it all
straight with LeBron. Yeah, so that one isn't bad, but the Like That during the game. So I mean I could kind of understand his perspective. I just don't think he needs to do the things he's doing.
Right. I get that. It's
like even if he moved on, and I'm not saying totally move on, but if he moved on, he has enough people that will still just
rock with him.
Yeah.
But it's like when you do like the lawsuits and things like that, you definitely tarnishing what you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like you still got people that's gonna follow you and see what's going on, but I don't know. I think this, unfortunately, especially since he's still entertaining it, it's definitely gonna stick and follow him. Definitely this year.
Yeah.
Like maybe like 5 years from now, maybe not. But people still talk about the Meek Mill situation. People definitely still talk about the Pusha T situation. But Kendrick's was bigger than both.
Yeah.
Like this is like
Kendrick was so calculated.
He playing chess. Drake playing checkers. And it's just like Drake. At this point, Kendrick don't even need to do anything.
Yeah.
Because Drake's making it easy.
Yeah.
You know what pisses me off is that the other person that was in the mix of it, J. Cole, just bowed out.
You know what? I was mad at hell. I'm a Cole fan, but I can respect the fact that Cole just came out and said like I just wasn't trying to do that. So I can understand that. Oh, it made me mad too because out of all of them, I like Cole.
But is Cole a hypocrite for that? Because he's always saying he's that guy. Can't nobody fuck with him. Da da da.
Yeah, he even started rapping gun bars and everything in some of his raps. So I was definitely in some of his features. I was definitely hyped.
And it's crazy because I feel like Cole could spar with Kendrick.
I think Cole
better than Drake is doing.
Yeah, I think Cole got both of them beat. But I just think.
At this point, I wouldn't even say that anymore because Kendrick has done a great job.
If I was Cole, I would have just took it my way. Like I wouldn't have tried to rap the way Drake was rapping or Kendrick. I would have just took it my way and made it just rap.
Right.
And then let Kendrick make it personal and just get that outlook of it instead of not doing anything at all.
You know what's unfortunate? I think Cole didn't. Like because he put out a joint, the 7-minute drill or whatever.
Yeah.
He wasn't putting out shit that he believed.
But that's what I'm saying. He rapped kind of the way in the direction that Kendrick was going. And Kendrick he was personal. So
he would ate him alive because you gotta show up, you're gonna ball out or you're gonna get cooked.
Yeah. I still think Cole got both of them, man.
What's it Cole? We never gonna know.
I think Cole, I don't know. It made me mad too, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The only reason I wouldn't say that anymore because I was on Drake's side, I was on Cole's side, I was on everyone's side except for Kendrick. But Kendrick put on a fucking show.
Yeah.
Kendrick dropped 4 or 5 diss tracks on Drake's head.
But it wasn't nothing. The album was okay. It really to be honest,
some bangers on
all it was
TV Off is a banger.
all it was. Yeah, but is that the one with the Mexican dude?
He got a couple of those.
The one with the Mexican dude that said he wouldn't want his daughter with a black female. So I think Kendrick's a little hypocritical too, though. If you want to have that conversation.
I don't know if there's one joint.
Isn't he the Mexican guy that said he would never want to see his
daughter? Are you talking off the song or on the song?
On Kendrick's album.
But he said that on the song, or he said that like in
he said that before.
That don't matter. That's like that don't got shit to do with me.
I know I get that, but I just feel like from the standpoint of the whole time you argued with this man, you talked black and white,
right?
And then you did your Maria Bazaar. You did your Maria Bazaar interview. That's white. And then you did this, so it's kind of in the same sense as like you talking about him being white or the way he does things.
Right?
Why didn't you do your interview with
Jesse? All I'm gonna say to that is I'm not mad at that take.
Yeah,
Drake needs that take. Drake needs you to tell him that because he's not using that content, that information. Yeah. Because if you're gonna, like, I don't even think the shit wasn't even really about Kendrick. Like there was some shit like, it's just what's it called? I was hyped that he dropped some and that it was in response to the beef or whatever, but it ain't. If you ain't gonna put nothing else better than Not Like Us, you probably just chill.
I think if Drake would have kept dropping, he could have won because all Kendrick did was kind of injure him from doing. He disguised everybody with saying he had a daughter in the same night that Drake dropped. So now Drake, probably the best song in the battle, is being overlooked by the fact that somebody said you got a daughter, and then in 24 hours we got Not Like Us. He dropped a banger, so you didn't even have a chance to listen to Drake before you heard he had a daughter, and then Not Like Us. So I just felt like he should have just kept going. He shouldn't have made that last one like the ending.
Yeah.
Like that's really what killed him.
Right.
Him making that like.
But then on top of that, he dropped like, I want to say like, especially with the features he dropped like 10 songs last year. Like he dropped like a little EP. He dropped the diss songs. He dropped a couple pop songs that were like he was featured on.
Who's that, Drake?
Yeah. So he was doing things. First off, he was doing things on the EP. He dropped over like 100 gigs or whatever. He had Atlanta rappers on there, Lil Baby, I think Young Thug was on there.
Yeah.
And then he was making pop songs. Like, you are moving exactly how Kendrick is saying you move. You are moving like the diss tracks.
Yeah.
Like, and then I think that he was kind of embracing it. Like, he's like, I think that he has a complex.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he has not necessarily a God complex, but whatever, maybe some type of complex where it's similar to Chris Brown. Sometimes Chris Brown lashes out because he feels like he's not getting the support and love that he deserves or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's like anybody in those shoes is like, bro, that like T-Pain said, like that's some princess behavior type shit.
Yeah.
Like you can't move like that. You're supposed to push some shit out that makes them, that's undeniable.
But you know the real reason Drake lost is that he didn't really know all of these people didn't like him. Like I think the biggest reason he lost is Kendrick really told him that these people didn't like you. Like it would have been one thing if you knew that some of them was sketchy or whatever, but for him to tell you and then them to act the way they acted and then you to act the way you're acting, you didn't know these people didn't really like you like that.
Joe Budden said that Drake was focusing on too many people at once.
Yes, definitely.
But I respected it when he was coming at all because like they was coming at him and then he was dissing them more on the track. That was fine, but the job ain't done.
Yeah, the easy way, he killed them other guys easily. He should have just did a separate song. Like Kendrick shouldn't have got put in that same song.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they all should. He got them all.
Duya says that Family Matters is fire. And it is.
But he overshadowed it with that was the one right before Kendrick said he had a daughter, right?
I don't know the chronological order.
I
probably
think he came out with
Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams. Yeah, Meet the Grams. That's with the daughter joint.
Okay, then
people.
But Family Matters was Drake's, right?
Right.
So that came out, and then he came out with the one about him having a daughter.
Exactly.
So now, if you think about it, 90% of the world is not looking to hear what Drake's saying. They're trying to find out if he really got a daughter. And so now you're not listening to Family Matters.
Right.
You're looking up if he has a daughter. And then by the time you get done doing your little history to try to see if he has a daughter, Not Like Us is out.
Right. So I think unless Kendrick, I can't remember because when it was happening, it was crazy. The Kendrick drop back to back. I don't think I definitely think he might have. But I don't know if it was with Not Like Us. But it doesn't even matter.
He dropped back to back in a 24-hour span.
Right.
Yes. He did what Drake did to me to Drake. But if I hated the first Kendrick song, but after he did all of that,
but not with Not Like Us. He did it with his first two joints.
No, he did Not Like Us and the one about a daughter. If you Google that, he might have did that in less than 24 hours.
But Drake dropped one. Okay,
Drake dropped Family Matters.
Okay.
He dropped that. Drake dropped it on a Saturday. I think Kendrick dropped the one about a daughter that night. And then by the midday the next day, Not Like Us was out.
Right. No, I remember that.
So he kind of dropped two in a row, and that's what Drake did to me.
So, but the only thing that I will say, because I gotta respond to that point that you said that on YouTube. You said that Drake. Most people, 90% of people were like checking to see if Drake had a daughter or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Well, they were both doing that. We can't forget because Drake said that Kendrick's kids ain't really his kids.
No,
day free or whatever.
I'm not saying
they both blowing some type of tea or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying it.
I'm just saying
Drake being Drake, him saying he had a daughter after not like Pusha T announcing he had a kid.
Right.
Was Kendrick being smart?
But bro, this is the thing. The whole shit is a classic. You know rap beefs from Hove and Nas and you was in real time. Is this the craziest one?
I don't know. I mean, I think it is probably as far as if you want to look at
even with Pac and Big. How old was you with Pac and Big?
I don't really
10.
know.
You were 10, 11.
Yeah, I was younger. Okay. I don't really know Pac and Biggs as much. Jay-Z and Nas's was pretty deep. It just wasn't, I guess, notoriety wise.
Right.
You would say Drake and Kendrick's. But I personally like Jay-Z's and
Nas
Nas is longer.
That's
because I think if Drake did what Jay-Z did, because growing up, I was a Jay-Z fan, but if you can ask Dre Black and all them, I said Nas won. But now being older and seeing the way
Ether's Ether, yeah.
Ether is Ether.
Ether's Ether.
But if you look at the way Jay-Z Sneak just left it alone and Sneak got him back every chance he got afterwards, it's kind of like, all right, you lost the right way, but you still let people know that you hold. You know what I mean? Like,
in the grand scheme of things, definitely
and you signed to you had him signed to you for a little bit. So I don't know if you would say that's a win for Jay-Z, not taking away from Nas's win.
Right.
You know, that's kind of like a good way to lose.
Jay-Z definitely won in the end.
Yes.
I mean, right now,
like you don't want to lose.
Right now, he's on the fire.
I don't even want.
That's crazy. Oh, Darian McCullough Johnson is in the building. Off topic, my daughter started her training this Friday, Jesse.
Come on, man.
we try to do something here. Classic. Darian said Drake is the GOAT. Darius. We got Darian and Darius in the comments. Darius said Drake knew it was over. Nobody had his back. Label was moving suspect. Quote unquote, what the fuck is a 20B1? When you at the top, you don't get sympathy. Gotta know that. That's a fellow light skin talking. Yo, Darius, you should have told your mans. Yeah. Darian said we don't care about what Joe Budden was talking about. Last hit he had was Pump It Up. That's crazy. Even on Slaughterhouse, he wasn't the best. All right,
that's. I mean,
Darius, your boy Miles will be heated at that. Miles got something to say about that.
I was about to say that'd be a debate, but I think it does. That's why I think Drake a part of why Drake lost too, because Joe Budden's matters because of how many people listen to what he has to say. Not because it was rap wise, but so many people listen. You gotta take consideration.
You gotta respect the platform that he built.
Yes, even though a lot of these people that battle Drake are just saying what Joe Budden said.
Now, what you don't respect, and the nigga Miles will probably ride to the wheels fall off for Joe Budden. Nigga, Joe Budden said that Kendrick did not take one man to defeat Drake. And not even the other guys that was with Drake. With Kendrick. He said it took Kendrick, Pusha T, and Joe Budden to defeat Drake.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with a piece of that.
Old head. That was old head.
I agree with a piece of that. Because a lot of if you go and
Joe Budden had nothing to do with this.
If you go listen to Joe Budden's this is you'll see that he started narratives that these people just pushed on.
But listen, Darian, now cook Jesse, because what's it called? 90% of the world has never heard those disses.
No, that's fine.
On SoundCloud.
That's right, but
only a real core group knows
so what I'm saying is you're saying Kendrick or Dave Free or somebody that's around Kendrick didn't hear those disses?
You think they listened to them before when they was making the joints?
You don't think they heard
I'm
those
sure they heard them. I'm sure they didn't influence him. I mean, that's hard to say. That's speculation at that point.
Yeah.
But Joe Budden had to bring Kendrick Lamar.
I don't think everybody did, but I think Pusha T listened to Joe Budden's disses. I
can see that.
Kendrick listened to Joe Budden's
Wait. Because what's it called? Pusha T, if anybody, didn't need to listen to Joe Budden's disses. Because I could see him doing that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, his diss. The main part of his diss was nothing that Joe Budden said. So it was the Adonis reveal.
Exactly, but that's what I was about to say. Maybe Joe Budden. Right. So if they didn't listen to what Joe Budden said, they had people close enough to hear the same sentiment that Joe Budden's was.
That's a hot take, saying that Joe Budden influenced Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar. I'll take that.
Now, I'll take the point if maybe they didn't hear it. Maybe they're just high enough up to hear some of the same things he was hearing.
Right.
So
point.
So either way, it could be that too.
But it's a reach. It's just a reach. It's a reach to say Joe Budden,
Kendrick got him. I don't want to give Joe Budden any credit for what.
But I like that theory that Kendrick and Push heard Joe Budden's disses and were influenced by them, or even if they didn't, they both heard and saw the same perspectives on Drake that aligned with their disses. So that's That's an interesting take.
Yeah, but even Cole saying that story about what Jay-Z did with Drake, like it's just. I'm not saying it's not valid, but everybody. I don't understand how he didn't realize how everybody would have some type of hate towards you. Whether it's hate because this person thinks you're great, or hate because it should be me, or hate because you're really not black, or whatever. Like, that's what mind boggles me the most, that you thought all of these people were naturally cool.
I mean, let's do it like this, just because special guest in the building. Let's use Tay Fisher as an example.
Yeah.
People love Tay Fisher.
Yeah.
Most people love Drake or whatever.
Yeah.
So should Tay Fisher think that?
No.
From his town? No. That he's co-signed, collabed with, that people hate him in his town?
No, you can't. See, that's where I'm going to say what I'm going to say, because Tay Fisher is aware. Tay Fisher is aware. So, not saying that he hates, because Tay Fisher loves everybody, but Tay Fisher is aware. You know what I mean? I'll just leave it there. Like, it's not.
I'll just leave it there. I
these people don't like me. He's aware. You know what I mean? Like, so if anything was to come his way, I don't feel like he would be like, wow. Like, I think he would kind of understand it from a certain perspective. And deal with it accordingly. But that's why I think that it's like it's different levels of friendship. I
don't mean to cut you off, but it's also different when you're a rapper.
Yeah.
Because then you have to play chess, or you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Because like a person like Tay, he can talk with his words.
Yes,
but he doesn't have to go in the booth and make a fire ass rap song.
I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. The difference is the amount of time. That might be what's harder to use that analogy. Like, Drake could just come and make a song with somebody and vibe, and y'all good, and it's been like this, like 2 hours or whatever, and then they leave. You know, like Tay needs more time. Like, he's not gonna leave and feel like you're my boy after 2 hours.
Right, yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, he needs, so like, it's gonna need more than just, it's gonna need
But the different people, I get what you're saying, but the different people we're discussing, they was with Drake for years, like Rick Ross, you could say A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, but how long? We just know the songs. You know what I mean? Like, that could have been made in 2 days, and then I'm going.
But years ago.
I know, but I'm just saying.
As far as Ross, they got collabs for like the last decade.
But did they hang out? Like, was it? What I'm saying is, in that analogy,
you know, they went on tour and shit like that.
They would have needed a week, and we chilling, and we shooting hoops and talking and vibing, and then we're doing what we're doing. For me to just
I know you seen Drake and LeBron's relationship over the years.
Well, Drake, but I don't
talk about it.
I don't know. I just feel like he should have. They got too much money to feel like people is just my friends, man. Like, but
at the end of the day, you can't say it like that, because they still human at the end of the day.
No, yeah, no.
That's the first thing they'll say to you when you talk about their money. Like, yes, they have money, but it doesn't mean they're not human.
Well, I guess in LeBron's standpoint, I think I respected a little bit more from Drake. I just wouldn't have did a whole song about LeBron. Like that Kendrick, that would have been on Kendrick.
Right. That's another misstep.
With a couple shots at LeBron.
I think unless he pulls something crazy in 2025, I can't say I think that he realized he met his match.
Then you got to move on. Because you'll be all right, but then you got to move on. It's over. Stop talking to any of them and just start, like, hit up. And the way that he did it, hit up, what's the dude's name? What's the Spanish guy's name? That's nice that they like right now.
Bad Bunny?
Yeah, hit up Bad Bunny. Okay. Start going and just keep going, bro.
But that pisses me off, too, because you are, again, confirming what people are saying.
Yeah, but why is that bad?
What?
Why? You think that's totally bad?
You jumping from rap? Like, are you a rapper or not? This is where you show that you're a rapper. When everyone's saying that you're not a rapper and that they're testing your gangster, and you feel like you're the best of the best.
But if you don't think
top two, not two.
But you don't think that's dope that you could sit around Future and listen to him rap and do some stuff and then mix that in your way and just come up with something? You don't think that's tough?
I do.
I think that's tough.
I do, but it's okay. But now you're being challenged to one-on-one.
Well, I didn't.
And you keep getting scraped.
All right, so you got to just ignore them now. Ignore them.
That's like what's it called? That's like if you play it in a top tier league, and and then you keep getting scraped. So now you're about to go play in other leagues because you can't win with the big dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's commendable in an artist way, but in a rap way, what are we talking about?
But that's what I'm saying. So we gotta understand who's he looking at? Like, who is he worried of? Is he worried about everybody?
You can tell in his raps who he's worried about. He's worried about LeBron. He's worried about Kendrick. Shit. And honestly, you worry about the wrong things.
That's what I'm saying.
You worried about the wrong things because not even saying that you shouldn't worry about them. You worried about the wrong things because you're not moving correctly. You're playing checkers. So because even if you so checkers and chess. Most people say play checkers. No, play chess. Don't play checkers or whatever.
Yeah.
Most of them don't play neither one, or most of them don't know how to play chess.
Yeah.
Like checkers and chess are very different.
No, you're right. He's definitely playing checkers.
Yeah, checkers is very less of a calculated game than chess is. So it's like there's 3 things or 5 things you're doing, and each one of them is what Kendrick has said.
How long did it? All right, so now look. So now I'm just doing back talk now. So how long do you think it took Kendrick to conjure up what he just did?
I mean, they theorized that Kendrick had quote unquote a diss song on Drake for like a couple years. That was one thing that Chubb said. Told him to drop when they were saying drop, blah blah. Versus
how long do you think Drake was? Do you think Drake started when it started?
First of all, I don't think that the Not Like Us was it. So I'm not like us.
I agree with that. Not Like Us isn't a song that will.
He just made that. For sure.
Yeah.
But I'm Not Like Us, he says, fuck, I gotta remember the line. He says, but how many drops do he still got? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Like that's how many he got in the vault for him.
Okay, so that's my point. Or that's the angle I'm going with, right? So if he did that, and that was probably years ago,
okay.
We might, I don't know if we're far-fetched from saying you might have did a song or here and there with him too, and still had these same sentiments. When do you think Drake started on
conjuring the Kendrick business?
Yeah. Do you think it started at first person shooter, or do you think it started years before too?
Not years. I want to say. Drake's been in other controversy and whatnot.
Okay. So then that means it's safe to say that how much time does Drake have?
I think it's more of
it's just over? Because to me, shock value, I don't think Not Like Us is OD. I think it's OD as a movement, but it's like you just started saying to me, rap this, rap that. I don't think it's one of them for that. I think he more so won it with that song because that was like a Drake type of song.
What you mean? And it wasn't a Drake type of song.
But like, I don't.
It wasn't a Drake type of song. It was like lyric bop wise. It was a South. If it was a West Coast type of song, so it wasn't a Drake type.
But it was a Drake angle. Like
okay, you're saying that like
Drake really took that type of.
Like, why didn't he?
Okay.
Not even why didn't he? Because my thing is with Drake, because bro, you know me.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have mattered if he would have. I don't think it would have mattered. I think
it would have been a better look. It would have been a better move.
But I think Kendrick going at the angle that he went. I think Drake just messed up dissing all of them at the same time. Like he didn't solely focus on Kendrick.
I think that he did it well,
or he put them all in the same category.
Maybe if it's the angle that he used up too much of his creativity or whatever, I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that he did it. He executed that well, but he just didn't. But he wasn't consistent with it when it came to Kendrick.
I mean,
it could be a situation where he doesn't have much to say about Kendrick.
Naturally, but that's what I'm saying. But why doesn't he have that much to say about Kendrick?
Because Kendrick doesn't put himself out there like that.
But if you're
and he's a great rapper.
If you're trying to conjure up stuff on Ross, and you're trying to conjure up stuff on Travis Scott, and you're trying to conjure up stuff on whoever else is in the mix of them people. Then it's hard. It takes less away. ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
Then it takes away from you being able to go. Like I think he put Kendrick in the same category with all of them. Even though he rapped a little more on Kendrick, I still think putting him in that song is kind of like putting him in that category. And I don't think he should have did that.
The only thing that I will say to that is that, again, Joe Budden said, and it was similar. Like I was making a video too, and I said like similar thing that he, like, if he would have did this The Family Matters that Duya was bigging up, if he would have dropped that on 90% of rappers, he could go to Turks and Caicos. It would have been a rap. There'd be no coming back from it or whatever. Like, but he was dealing with Kendrick, who's not on that level.
Yeah,
and he's like, and honestly, he's showing that he's really on a different level than niggas already thought he was on.
But that's what makes me think Kendrick studied, like this was calculated. I'm not saying Kendrick ain't nice, because he's nice. But that's what makes me think at some point he told himself, like, you nigga, you ain't better than me. And at some point,
I mean, you heard it on Control.
Yeah.
You heard it on Control. You heard it on.
But see, no,
his BET cipher was.
I didn't like Control. I like the BET cipher. I like Control, but I just didn't like the angle because he didn't like the angle. He didn't keep going on. Like, you tried, like, it was shock. It was like 50% shock value with 50%.
But he was spinning the whole verse. Like, part of it, he has the.
I like Control. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say I didn't like Control. I turned it off after Kendrick's verse. I do like Control. I just didn't like that it got as much hype as like a rap lyrical song more than him. Like, this was like it was easy. It was a shock value song. Like, you named. No,
there was shock value in those bars, in the bars that you're referring to. But the whole verse is a lyrical verse. Like, it's a long verse. It's not just.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not listening.
And I'm lyrically, not a Kendrick Lamar fan can explain it to you better. I'm not even a Kendrick Lamar A1 fan.
Lyrically, I think Cole is better than all of them. So when you say those words, that's when I start. Like, I don't care about that other stuff. Lyrically, if we go song for song for song, I think Cole got all of them waxed.
All right, but look, here's the thing. First of all, niggas don't agree with that. I agree with. I can see that point.
People just don't agree with that because of the way he went about it, and he's wrong for that. I hated him for that.
Even before he went about it like that, niggas really didn't. Niggas would have thought he would have sparred. Niggas thought he was gonna show up. But when they was comparing bodies of works, they say that Kendrick got more classics.
Yeah, but Kendrick, I'm talking about lyrical rap. No.
What is Kendrick? Kendrick is nothing but lyrical.
Like J. Cole,
Kendrick's not a banger rapper. He's not Migos.
J. Cole just went on a feature rant.
That's a fact.
Out of this world.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I feel like if we like that song with him and Daylight, those songs, some of those songs, the bars in those songs, they're like, they could be verses of the year from like 2013 to now.
So then why is his albums not like that? I fuck with his albums.
Do you think he cares? Do you think he cares for? No. I feel like sometimes albums you gotta care for every type of. Like, you got to look at it full circle. Like, what are they going to think? What are they going to think? I got to rap a song for them. And I got to have a song for them. I don't think J. Cole is that kind of rapper. I think J. Cole just raps the way he raps and it just goes. Like, I don't think he's like, I got to make a radio song.
Like,
I got to make a song for them.
Here's where I'm more of a fan. I'm more of a fan of J. Cole than Kendrick. The one album I think that J. Cole put out that he didn't, quote unquote, care was the For Your Eyes Only, because that was like more geared towards his daughter and whatnot.
Yes, and what did that do?
That's not one of his classics.
But that's the reason why I don't care about these debates, because I don't care what people think. What do you think about that?
Oh, I fuck with it. I fuck with it the least.
Yeah,
I definitely.
J. Cole's. I don't know. I think that J. Cole just has a little bit of both of them in him, and then could do his own thing. That's what makes me.
How do you feel about the album?
For Your Eyes Only?
Yeah.
I actually like it.
But is his best album? No way.
No. I wouldn't say it's his best album, but I don't think he has
I don't think
he has another album like that. Like,
he makes different
types of albums.
Right.
Yes. So I think for that setting, that's like a great album. Like, what would you compare it? Like, would you compare it to anything? Like, would you compare it to Kendrick? Like to Pimp a Butterfly or any of those type of albums? Or
Kendrick had an Untitled joint.
That was more subtle?
I think that was more, I don't even know what it was, because it was all the tracks was untitled. Like, it just said Untitled this, Untitled 1, Untitled 2. Like,
see, I'm not, and that's where I will debate, but I'll listen, because I can't say I've heard every single Kendrick album.
Right.
So, I've heard like the main ones.
Right.
And I like that first, like, he has a lot of shock value songs.
And to Pimp a Butterfly, they say it's a classic. To Pimp a Butterfly, they say it's a classic.
But what's that one? Oh, it's that
they
one.
They say
song.
Mad Kid City.
That
Mad
one.
Kid,
that one. But that's a half of a shock. Like I feel like I feel like a lot of the songs that people will say Kendrick went crazy on, or is nice, or is up there. There's shock value in those songs.
But why is that? How are you knocking that? You should have.
I don't think I'm knocking it. I just think it's a little more than
that Nas song.
More than so tell me Cole. It's more than any Cole song.
What do you mean?
Of shock value? Like Cole raps.
But it's his bars the shock value.
Yeah, the bars. But I'm saying like that.
So what are you saying about Kendrick? His bars aren't.
How does that song go?
What song?
That Mad Kid, the Mad.
I'm talking. That's the album. Good Kid, Mad City is the album.
What's the one song on it? There's a song on it where he's like, oh my gosh! See, I can't even remember the names of the songs. That's how much.
Oh, you're talking about when he gets shot at the end?
He has that one song.
Where he gets shot at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And it's like it's mad shock value in that song too. Not that it's not a great song.
Cole got that more than Drake got. I don't think Drake got.
I think all Cole's shock value is coming from what he's about to tell you. It's never coming from nothing else added to it.
So we're talking about the song we're talking about with Kendrick, he's singing, or he's not singing, but he's rapping, but he's telling a story. So if you get shot at the end of your story, and he's from Compton, that's real.
No, that's tough. That's
storytelling. That's part of rap. Every rapper should have storytelling in their shit.
I don't know. I don't know.
You know what I mean? That's not even a knock. And then you said the shock value would not like us. Nigga, it's a diss. It's a diss track. If a diss track don't got shock value, what kind of diss track is it?
Yeah, but when we put it, like, who's really going crazy with it more? Like cheerleaders and like it's like like that song is like you put that on YouTube. If you YouTube that right now, you'll see little kids doing like cheerleading dances, and so it's like it goes to a lot of different.
Yeah, Chris Brown was in the club bopping to it. LeBron was on the court bopping it. Don't do that.
No, they was. Yeah, right. It's a bop. That's what I'm saying. It's a bop. It's not.
It's a bop diss track that's Grammy nominated.
No, I don't care about Grammys.
Oh my god, nigga got like 8 Grammys off of it.
You can't do that. Well, but don't Drake have the most?
And Billboard. No, Drake got like 1 or 2 or 3.
So who has the most Grammys?
Probably Hove, as far as rappers. Or yeah, probably Hove.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't like the Grammys. I'm not on the side of like.
It's just another
that's
stat.
Not like
it's another accolade. But like
I don't know. That's not
us. He got. No, I get that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Even us though, we was pushing it. That shit was being on repeat.
I'm not.
It was on the radio.
Yeah, no.
It was in the clubs.
Not Like Us was tough. It was tough.
I don't think I heard another crazy song like that since like a million. Like what's the like as far as like.
But it's not like lyrical rap. I would say Ether. Not Like Us it's like a version. But it's got more. It's got more. But it's not.
It's got more replay value. Not Like Us when it was hitting. You could play that shit. Like,
yes.
A couple times. Niggas ain't playing. You could play Not Like Us. Low key at a cookout, like you can play it anywhere because of the bop value.
Yeah, but see, I don't. Then it must be a new stage and era, a new stage. Because to me, I feel like when you have that he's dead. We don't even gotta listen to this no more. He's dead.
But
but
yes and no. First of all, that might be a New York take, but I'm taking that back too because Joe Budden, when that shit dropped, nigga, Joe Budden and Flip was dancing around the set. Yeah,
they was.
Come on, so it's not a New Gen thing. It's not a New York thing because Joe Budden's from New York. Queen Flip is from Queens.
But they're also contorting to what's going on today. Like they're going to they're sticking to.
That's true. But Drake was killing him.
Like you said, Kai Cenat. I don't like. I watch. I don't know about his deal though. So I feel like them guys like look at him and the things that's going on for the day, and they'll add that to their stuff. You think they're playing that in their car?
Not like us.
Yeah.
Like I know Joe Budden is playing.
Well, Joe Budden is like a low key.
The GNX album.
Joe Budden is like a low key. It's hard. He's not a good person to say.
Why? He was the former rapper.
Yeah, but he's like
a lyrical rapper.
He got a thing with Drake. Like they got some.
That's
weird
true, but that doesn't mean he got like Kendrick.
You think Queen's Flip is playing that in his?
I don't know what he listens to.
Okay, that's what I mean. Like,
but as far as the other guys,
how many do you? Is that on a play?
Yes.
What kind of
GNX?
What? No.
I'm talking about the album.
Stop. No, stop. Not like doing this to me. GNX is alright. Not Like Us. Yeah. What other play?
So you see how much of a flex that is?
Or is that on like a workout?
Do you see how much of a flex that is though?
What's that?
the fact that he dropped the whole album and didn't put the biggest song of the year on the album, that's a New York flex.
I thought that was the first. I said, damn, that's the when I seen GNX come out, I went straight through this.
Yeah,
that was gonna be one of my arguments.
Yeah, because what do you mean?
Like, not an argument, but like that was gonna be a talking point. Like he had to put that on the album too. He waited so long. Not that it would have won. Drake lost.
But he should have put it on the album.
Listen,
because it's not with the album.
Let me say me. I'm the type that
say I don't even need this shit.
I have certain friends that don't know enough.
Yeah.
So I'll argue the other point just to make them go. That doesn't necessarily mean that I agree totally with the whole stance. Like Drake lost. He lost. He definitely lost.
Right.
I just think,
and as bro, you know where I stand. Jeff knows where I stand. It's tough.
Yeah.
But I can't. It's like if your favorite player is LeBron and a nigga stinking up the court, you can't defend it.
But that's happened. I'm about to throw my phone because that's what's going on in the world.
Okay.
You know, LeBron loses a game and he scores 30, and the first thing people say is he's 40 scoring 30. And that's true.
Right.
But it's like,
that's what I'm saying. You gotta give the props to that.
Yeah, I mean I give but you ain't winning. You ain't winning no more rings. Now all you're doing is taking the total.
So are you not a LeBron fan?
No, I love LeBron, but it's time to hang it up. It's over.
He doing better than Jordan was doing at that age.
Yeah, but Jordan didn't care. That's what I mean. Jordan was doing other money ventures and he didn't care.
Okay, so what we talking about? So he's still a top 10 player in the league.
Are you driving? Don't do the argument that Jordan. He has nothing. It's not.
I'm just proposing the question.
Jordan.
I don't know. Darius still tapped in. He loves that
argument. It's MJ all day, man. Like MJ did everything. He did everything. He did it in a short span. He went and played baseball. He had an opportunity to go to MLB.
Right.
He came back to the NBA, won it 3 more times. A lot of the people, if you're over the age of probably 29, 30 and up, anybody that you knew as a little kid, Jordan destroyed them.
Gotcha.
Like he killed Eris.
You know what's crazy?
And not that LeBron
I'm not doing this with you right now, bro. I'm not doing this.
Okay,
I'm not doing this with you, bro.
Okay.
Because I wasn't doing it at first, but I will say, nigga said Jordan never beat what's his name? Larry Bird.
Yeah, because that was before Mike. Jordan was young.
What do you mean? Before Mike?
Well, not before Mike, but once Jordan, it took Jordan 8 years, 7 years to win. It took LeBron the same amount. Once he won, they didn't win no more.
But I'm saying he's never beat him, like in a game.
In a game at all?
That's what they say.
That's tough. But what's wrong? I didn't know that. Come back. I got an argument to that. Larry Bird had a lot of players, bro.
I'm not. We're not doing NBA. This is not that
okay.
I said I mentioned Jordan.
No, that was tough. That's tough. I never ever. I'm googling that.
You should. I heard that. So I'm like
crazy. I never knew that.
You know how they get down about LeBron and Jordan. It's worse than Kendrick and Drake. They doing their research, digging up their dirt.
It is. I think if I to just cap that off, I think Jordan is the best athlete ever in basketball. I think LeBron is the best athlete ever in basketball. Jordan is the GOAT. Because I don't want to take away from LeBron. Because being that height, being a point guard, being able to have court vision like that, being able to make certain people play better, that's the way I played the game.
Winning a chip in different franchises and whatnot.
I respect them.
Let's bring it back to the topic because niggas got ahead of themselves with this. All right, so I got 2 clips for you real quick. When I clip this up, they're probably gonna be in the beginning of the joints. It's back to the Drake topic though, so it's on topic with what we was talking about.
Drake's new freestyle is about how he's hurt by men he thought were friends until he saw them riding with Kendrick. He made an I'm Sad record about LeBron James breaking his heart. Is this an AI parody of Drake? Okay, credit where credit is due. The opening line is fire. The summer is over. I missed it. Barrel with smoke and I kissed it. Okay, but from there he goes on to whine about how he and LeBron used to trade expensive watches, but now it's just cold shoulders in the Hamptons. It's 2025 and a rapper is really rapping about cold shoulders I gave in the Hamptons. Like, we're really rapping about what happened at Michael Rubin's.
I'm surprised it coming from that guy. I'm surprised.
People say hip-hop is dead.
I'm gonna make this all make sense.
Okay.
Drake has always been like high school with money, and now he's rapping about his friends not liking him enough. So we get another chapter of why Drizzy is sad. Sometimes it's about a woman. This time, it's about LeBron. He thought LeBron was his brother, but LeBron likes Kendrick, so Drake is hurt. Thought we'd always be close like ovens in kitchens is a really dumb line.
I thought that
Are
too.
the ghosts on vacation? What is it, the braids?
Come on.
The whole notion of a song about how he's upset about how other people responded to the battle is just wild. And he's threatening LeBron, God forbid we ever got to tarnish your public image? Seriously? Because he likes Kendrick's music? Wild.
Now,
This
I feel like all of this about life in general, I feel like that guy has to be at least my age or older.
Okay.
I feel like he's absolutely right, because I feel like how you said, Tay, I feel like our era growing up, like we didn't, like it was kind of like we might have been cool with you, but if you did a not like us, it just made us feel like, oh, bet, like that's where you're at, like, and then we just moved on. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that you don't rap at all, but it's just like people are too like in tune with feeling like everybody's just their friends these days. So I think that all of that is kind of like that back to the beginning is kind of like you should just like make, I don't know, like a friendship is just not like we're in the same, we do the same thing, so we're friends.
No, but bro, Drake and LeBron didn't just meet. They met like in like 08.
But then, okay, cool. So what I'm saying is our era feels like, all right, so now you show me you really just not cool with me. So now it's up. So my bars might have been different for you. Like they might have been FU2 bars. Like it might have been like, I might have played you in some ways that I didn't say, like not snitching ways, but just like, bro, you was corny this day and I did this for you or something. It's not going to be like, I thought we were and I thought we were this. And no, you letting me know we're not.
Right.
So it would just, now we go from there. Like not, bro, are you serious? Like, no, I think, and that's what's wrong with, I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. Like kids scoring 40 and getting a mixtape and the person knew you, so they just recorded you. But little do we know, Buddy had 36 on you, just nobody recorded it. So you like, oh, I locked them up. You know, like it's like a whole thing now where it's like everybody's just pulling for like anything. I don't know. It's like we're not cool with each other. No, let's build a friendship. One, that's on that note. And then on the other note, it's kind of like let's go through it first before we just, how do I want to say? I feel like everybody just is so quick to have the answer in every situation. Like this is happening because of this. Like, how do you know that in like even sometimes in a year? Like, how do you know that in a year? You're not Drake and LeBron. Yeah, they went through things, but they did not have this much time to hang out. Like their hangouts were here and there, like maybe a day or two. They might have took vacation together, but it was 2 days. And you're with this
over the span of, so that doesn't add up over the span of over a decade.
It does, but again, like
I think Drake did something that fucked up with LeBron.
So what if? All right, so let's say this. Let's say it's me. I say me, Tay, and Jeff, or we're all cool. We're all friends, and then one day Tay decides to just chew me out a lot, and Jeff laughs. Like, yeah, that's life. Like we just gonna move on. Like it's not like, damn, Jeff. Like we've been friends for this many years, and now you laughing at Tay saying like we all friends. Or either look at it that way, or if it's cut off, don't cut it off on some like, oh man, I thought we were cool, and I thought we were cut his head off, chop his head off.
I get what you're saying. The only thing is that I think that there's something behind the scenes. Just like again, what Joe Budden be like alluding to, like Drake be messing with other people's girls and wives and da 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 da. Like I'm not saying it was something like that with LeBron, you never know, but what's it called? I think something deeper happened with Drake and LeBron to make LeBron move the way that he's moving, because he's not just being a neutral party. He's like supporting Kendrick, pushing Kendrick. I think even Savannah pushed like Not Like Us.
Mhm.
Like they're literally he showed up to his Juneteenth joint. Like he's going above and beyond and said he's sitting with Kendrick and not with Drake. And for the past 15 years, it was the other way or both ways. Like either LeBron was neutral, fucking with both.
I just think LeBron. Me personally, if I don't know, but I feel like LeBron is neutral. Kendrick just won, bro.
I don't think LeBron's neutral because
I don't know.
I don't think the chemistry is different between Drake and LeBron. And it's not just because like
the chemistry, but why? Is it because of LeBron? Like, what is LeBron doing weird?
First of all, let's what's it called? Because Quasi was saying the same thing.
Like, I don't think LeBron has. You know how they put out them videos and they're like, oh, why has he got that?
This is about to wrap this up real fast.
Yeah.
If somebody, not me, because I wouldn't do it, but if somebody calls out here in the streets of Kingston, or let's say on TV, wherever they're at, calling Jesse Candy a pedophile.
Oh no, but that's what.
And what if that's your man?
That would be enough.
No. Let me make the example perfect. Somebody else is doing it, and then your man's is rocking with them.
But it wouldn't. All right, so
now your man's is rocking with them.
It would be the same sentiment, but the world, if you
are they still your man's?
The world, no, and the world wouldn't know though. Like I wouldn't. I mean, the world would know.
The world knows. The world knows already.
I wouldn't be. No, like if I was now, it's my turn. Like I would.
But they know by their association that the world knows they don't rock with you.
But I would just dish you. And like,
but that's what he was attempting to do.
Yeah, but I thought we was friends and all of that. That would happen behind the scenes with some of my.
The delivery should have been better.
Yeah, like that would happen with some of my other friends, and by the time that conversation got done, I'm on your bumper.
That's why it's what's called. That's why it's checkers and chess.
But it wouldn't have got that much either. Like that's too much. That's too much, man. He's a bastard. Like he can't respond. LeBron don't got like. That's too much.
Right, and
that's too much.
Especially if you don't deliver it perfectly, it's gonna be called out like that. Like, hey, LeBron can't respond. Again, LeBron doesn't even really need to respond because people are calling you out. Yeah. You got him tatted on you, which was fine until this, because now you look crazy. No, and you should have knew that. You should have knew that because on Kendrick's song, he brings that you got Lil Wayne tatted on you.
If you're not Drake, no, see, that's what I'm saying. See, I was trying to say before you said that. If you're not Drake, you look kind of crazy with a LeBron tag. I don't know. I guess maybe if like you had a baby on the day he scored 60 and now your daughter, why do you get?
That's a hot take.
Like what makes you? I don't know, man.
No, but I got it until now. Now Drake, unfortunately, is acting weird. He's acting like, honestly, like mad light skinned niggas I know, but it's like. And he's having like a diva moment.
Yeah.
But until this moment, until last year, I understood he don't got just LeBron and just Lil Wayne. He got LeBron, Lil Wayne.
But don't you think Aaliyah, that diva moment? Don't you think that diva moment should be all in one?
What do you mean?
I think that he's messing it up because he's having diva moments.
But it's a spiral, and it's a what's called I don't know how to get up type shit. Like there's really no unless you.
I told you how to get up. You don't like my take on that.
I
told you call Bad Bunny. Go to Puerto Rico.
I already did that. I already put out some pop songs.
Go back. Make more. Let the Puerto Rico.
All right. So what's the difference? What's the difference between that and Eminem and MGK? When Eminem dissed MGK and then MGK is turning to a rock star. What's the difference? Ain't no damn difference. And then they say you're a culture vulture on top of that. Because you're saying Bad Bunny. Hey, Drake is not Spanish. That's a culture vulture and a different in Spanish.
Oh, damn, you got me there.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
All right. But then forget Bad Bunny. Go to another state. It ain't even popping that much in Atlanta. Go to Memphis. It's lit in Memphis. You're bugging.
Is it? He gonna do
something. You got Big Glow. You got
T Grizzly.
You got Moneybag Yo. No, T Grizzly's in Detroit, right?
Oh,
but you got Moneybag Yo. You got Glorilla.
Moneybag Yo.
You got Yo Gotti.
You fuck with Yo Gotti.
I'm not saying that you gotta fuck with them. People
you gotta make music with them,
and then you're Drake on top of that.
Now you just travel another place. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just tough.
More ammo.
I mean, at least it wouldn't be Atlanta. No, I get what you're saying too. It's tough.
Anything you do is under the microscope.
But if you that guy, this is the time to show up.
You loved it in the big. You kind of gotta. Yeah, you're right.
You gotta move accordingly. Like if MJ, LeBron, whoever the case may be, is if you're that guy, this is the time to be clutch. And you was missing. You going 0 for 10 right now.
If I was Drake, they like that dude in Toronto with that Ayo last name. His name is Grady.
Oh,
Dick. I would do a couple videos. I'll put the. Come on, homie.
Yeah, Tory locked up right now, but Tory Lanez, him and him.
I just go
this
a
would be a
different
perfect
route.
time. And he about to try to put out a album with Party Next Door.
That Tory verse wasn't alright.
Huh?
Talk about it.
That,
that Tory verse wasn't alright.
From prison?
Yeah, that last verse.
Bro, you were talking to a Tory like fanatic.
I forgot. You do. Like,
yeah, I'm big on Tory. Yeah. It was Drake and Tory, but now it's just Tory out here. I think, honestly, this is a hot take. They might kill me for this, but like, when I post these clips.
Don't do this.
What do you mean?
What are you about to do?
I was about to say, you might agree. Tory, I think Tory would have handled this better.
Yeah.
I think Tory, he might have ate Kendrick alive.
But Tory has a little bit more of what Kendrick has, and he got a little bit of he's black. Like Tory, didn't they say Tory used to make like takes for every single radio? Like he does.
For the DJs.
Like he's strategic.
Right. I mean, he did that for that they would push his shit. Like different DJs would push his shit.
Do you feel like Drake is strategic, or do you feel like somebody's strategic for Drake?
Nigga, I feel like he was.
Do you feel like? But now, all right. So now after this, I feel like somebody's strategic for Drake. I don't think
that either, because if that was the case, he wouldn't be moving like this.
Yeah, that person's gone. He was just
here. He got fired?
Yeah, he's out of there. Something happened.
Shit.
He's out of there.
Because, bro,
this is not even like, if you even go, what was the Meek? He did the Meek. And
Meek,
after he had that loss to Push, he was supposed to either.
And it was a calm one.
Because it was so calm. He was either supposed to turn up if he ever got in this situation.
And here's the thing with him.
To leave it alone.
Here's the thing with Drake. Drake will have his diss songs, but similar to Hove, he'll also have the sneak disses on the album. So even though that shit with Meek was over, he was still talking about Meek. Even though the stuff with Push was over, he was still talking about Push. And same thing with Kanye. Like he was like there are certain songs that Drake has that are all about the one person, and then you got sneak diss on this track, this track.
So what is your take on that? Because that's what I feel like. So why?
And that's what Kendrick just did, honestly. But Kendrick is moving superbly.
But why can't Drake get on that good foot? You just think he can't because he met his match?
I think that.
Or you think it's foggy because of everybody that don't like it, like everything he's coming to?
I think he's never had a loss like this, where it's like, I think he's also trying to.
You think like
I think he's in denial too.
You don't think he got that real rapper that could be like, man, F that shit.
Like as far as like
that's the future, or like, you know, all of them people now is kind of like on the other side. Whereas like you probably could have lost the Pusher. You could have went to do a song with Pluto, and he could have been like, man, that ain't about nothing. You think that mojo? Like,
you think that he can't collab with people? Is that what you're asking?
No, what I'm saying is he lost to Kendrick, right? But he in losing to Kendrick, you find out that a lot of these people ain't really cool with you. Whereas when you took the calm loss to Pusher, you collabed with Future after that, or somebody after that you could have been in the studio. They could have just been like, you know what, man, don't even worry about it.
Here's the thing, and this is just a like a memory lane type joint of last year. If this was last year, like middle of summer or whatever, I would have said this. Like, Kendrick is getting the push of it because he deserves it. But Metro Boomin was the real mastermind behind.
Yeah, but I don't agree with that. I think it was Pluto. I think Future's fronting. I think that story about
Drake, the mastermind. That's crazy.
Drake. You don't think that Drake taking them words from Future and making that song and getting that much money on that song?
What words?
What was
you
it?
Do better with names.
Oh man, let me.
You can look it up. You look it up. I'm gonna tell you why it was Metro. Because Metro pulled a Drake. No, Metro pulled a DJ Khaled. Assembled the Avengers for him and his and Future's album.
I think Future did that. I think that's Pluto. I think Pluto did that, bro. I don't think
he's never. Metro. I don't think that's the case.
So you think Future
drops mad
really?
Projects? He don't do shit like that. Metro Boomin don't drop mad. Metro Boomin drops projects, and he has to assemble rappers. That's literally what he does. On every album he comes up with, he's a producer. That's what he does. He got The Weeknd. He got Rick Ross. He got ASAP. Like, yo, I got a fire beat. Come hop on this. Me and Future are pulling out a project. Metro is the mastermind behind it. Metro literally gives the beats to Future. Future really ain't shit without Metro. Or like Atlanta producers.
No. Why are you doing this to me?
Am I speaking? Am I lying?
No.
If I'm lying, I'm dying.
Future is what?
I'm saying I'm not saying he's trash, but I'm just saying you can't. He's not the mastermind.
I understand what you mean. I just think he's the mastermind because of his aura and his style and his
that was very new.
Like
nigga said
no,
he's a mastermind because of his aura.
Like I don't.
That was the youngest nigga shit.
Alright, so you like Drake? Half of why Drake is good. You don't think of being around the Metro? Like you don't get like the. I mean the future. Sorry, you don't feel like there's like you could be around somebody for a while and it just
improves your aura.
Like I think Future does that to Metro. I think Future does everybody that you're saying,
but that's not the mastermind behind it. That's just the look.
Well, that's not the mastermind behind the numbers and the beats and all
that. That's not the mastermind behind the collabs.
I'm talking about behind the whole like why this is happening. This ain't happening. This you feel like this just happened strictly off of rap? Or you feel like people, like you just said, Drake's messing with people's girls.
Right,
You don't feel like this happened because of a totality of all of those things?
No, I agree.
And
but
so
I'm saying Future ain't hit these niggas up like, yo, I got a master plan. He's not that guy.
No. I don't think he did, but I think Future said enough to Metro for that Metro could do all of that. Future doesn't have to do all of that. Metro's gonna do that. So that's the producer. So
why would you say that?
I would say Future's the mastermind because nigga, you don't move unless I tell you to move.
Why do you?
That's how I feel.
So, but like, all right. So this goes back to the argument, not really argument, the topic of the producer and the rapper, like saying
it's not always
the importance of the producer and engineer.
No, it's not. I get what you're saying. It's not always like that. You're right. The producers don't get enough credit, but I just feel like Future brings like I feel like Future has something that brings people out of their shells and stuff like that.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he doesn't.
So I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for the other. Like
he does.
I feel
he does.
Think he does. Yeah,
he does. Because whenever someone talks about Future, they talk about Future. They talk about Young Thug and how they have how much influence they have on the new generation.
Yes.
So he definitely gets his flowers.
That's what I'm saying.
But as far as
you don't feel like that's enough for Metro to be like, oh damn, I got Pluto in check. Yo.
But Metro had beef with Future. Metro had beef with Drake too.
I know that, but still, I'm not just. So you think Metro's beef was enough for him to just push the button? You don't feel like he had to go through it with Pluto for like, bro, we doing this album. This is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I bet. Let's go.
But who's the mastermind? What you just said?
What I'm saying is, you don't think Future could stop that?
What do you mean?
Like Future could be like, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah, he could. But that's not the mastermind. That means that means that you're not going with the plan. That's like me saying, yo, Jesse, I got a plan. If you agree or disagree, you're the mastermind. That don't make no sense.
No, because if I disagree, we're not doing the plan.
Right, but that means maybe you the head, you the figurehead.
That's what I'm saying.
You the front man.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you the star. Like Future's definitely the star.
Yeah.
But Metro's the mastermind. Because without Metro, you wouldn't have put out We Don't Trust You album. First off, We Don't Trust You again stems from it was they tried to come out on what was it? It was I think it was with GQ or something saying that the album wasn't about Drake, which is BS. But We Don't Trust You stems from before the whole the disses or whatever. It stems from Future saying, if Metro Boomin don't trust you, I'ma shoot you.
Yeah.
Now you got We Don't Trust You and We Don't Trust You too.
No, because no, I get it.
And the executive producer was, wait for it, Metro Boomin. Think about DJ Khaled, bro. This is like saying that Drake is when Drake is on 2 tracks with DJ Khaled, that he's the mastermind behind DJ Khaled's album. Whole time DJ Khaled hit up Beyonce, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, Post Malone, Justin Bieber, Quavo, Offset, all types of niggas to be on his album. So it's like DJ Khaled is the mastermind. He's got a bunch of stars that's in front of him that he aligns with, but he is the common denominator.
What was the story?
Talking.
What was the story of Future saying something in the studio and Drake taking the words that Future was saying in the studio and making a song out of it? And it went
don't know
crazy,
what you're talking about. No? And I'm not saying that doesn't happen because that's normal in that environment.
Was it God's?
I don't know. I know that he wrote a song. I mean, he wrote Drunk in Love, and then Beyonce ran with it. But that's all I know.
And then I think Future also helped Drake make a couple of them bangers that we've heard and low key just didn't get any credits for it.
Oh yeah, so, if it comes to like that type of shit, then yeah, you got that.
So, but that's what I mean by like, it was like, I don't know. I feel like I get what you're saying by Metro coming up with the plan, but I feel like Future had to be the spearhead of it. I don't believe nothing that he's saying about, I didn't know that's what Kendrick was gonna do. Till you knew what was up. It was up.
I think that whole interview was stupid. Like I didn't watch. I mean, I don't think it was watched. But
I don't think Future will ever tell the truth to people in the interview.
What's the point? Like that's,
I don't believe. I just believe that.
That's your man. Like what?
That is my man.
That's a whole
thing. He is weird.
And then he said, if anybody, I mean, I think he's just joking in the interviews or whatever, just like maybe like trolling or whatever. But it was like he then said, "Nigga dissed me on my own song with like that joint," like because he said that he wasn't even included in the.
But he just that's what I mean. I don't believe. I think he's just saying that to make it seem like I really didn't know.
Controversy, just stir up some shit or whatever because. You're not really about to go head to head.
Because like you said, if anybody believes that this wasn't a conversation before, it was just sit down and just, we don't like him, so let's write tracks, then you're crazy.
Crazy.
This was calculated like crazy. So I get why Drake would be weird in certain ways. I just think he did that song wrong. Like, it should have been honestly, more on the delivery. Even on the delivery. A couple LeBron bars.
Even on the delivery, like, and I think in a weird way, not in a weird way, but in a way I do get it. Because I guess you're debunking the ghostwriter fucking rumors with like how you're doing it live or whatever. But it's like, bro, he dropped Not Like Us and his Grammy nominated like 8 times. Like, what are you? And he's doing the Super Bowl. What are you putting a video of you spitting a verse like you're someone in Kingston or in a small city or whatever? Like
that is.
Like yes, it shows that you wrote it.
I think he got an angle. I think you think he's still like pulling stuff out of it, like he's pulling stuff out the air, or you think he got it calculated?
I just think he's. I don't think he got nothing calculated. I think he's a calculator.
He's just one day.
I think he's doing mental math and he doesn't know. He doesn't know the equations.
Yeah, and if he's really just doing that, then Kendrick destroyed him.
Yeah, Kendrick just. I mean, and he's still Drake at the end of the day, so he can still push it out, and it can. I think he's just.
But as far as like the rap battle, like trying to talk that,
throwing spaghetti at a wall or whatever, like noodles at a wall.
Yeah, you think that's what he's doing?
That's what it looks like. I can't say that's for a fact, but it's way less calculated than I've ever seen him.
Why does he always do this? Like, what's supposed to be that vibe too?
I think that
conductor, that old school look. Like, what's that supposed?
Conductor is the producer.
But I'm saying, like, you seen how the video has like that old school real look.
Right.
Like,
what is that? I think that was just for effect, like just like a different.
That's not like a visual. Like, oh, Drake's in that mode. That's
yeah,
not like one of those type of things.
I think that was again like he was just bringing a different. It's a new year. He's bringing a different flair.
I like the flow.
Yeah.
Minus the word. I like the flow of it is good. Like, I feel like he should have kind of did more of that.
Drake's a rapper. Yo, bro,
that flow was good for Kendrick. It's just better. That's the flow kind of with Jack Harlow. It was kind of that flow, like how he's like talking, but he talking too. But he would. That's what I mean. He just didn't.
Yeah, he didn't deliver.
This wasn't the right word.
And what's it called? Like nowadays, when I go back and listen to Drake, I'm listening to the old shit, like that. Thank Me Now, like it's Thank Me Later's the album, but Thank Me Now.
Who was the first person that said that he's not on that Drake? That was a Joe Budden take. Drake is different now. He's hanging out with these young kids. He don't know which way to go. That was a Joe Budden take.
Joe Budden's not always wrong. Somebody's not always wrong.
I'm saying that in the sense of if you don't think some of these these rappers is hearing this, like that might. I'm not saying that's like I'm gonna sit down and just study everything Joe Budden said about Drake kind of thing. But it's like well, Joe Budden said this. Let me see. And then you looking at it from your angle, and now you conjuring up some rap from that angle, but that started.
That's what you feel like.
Joe Budden.
Did you feel like Kendrick?
I don't think he did that as a. I wouldn't even give that 50% of Kendrick because I don't want to take away. I think there's a percentage of Kendrick that did that.
I will say that Kendrick, the way first of all, you downplayed Not Like Us, which is crazy because Not Like Us is a crazy. Every verse was crazy. It might like the end of it, maybe like the Not Like Us, They Not Like Us, like the hook. In the end of it, where he's like, it's like a chant, which would go crazy in a live setting or whatever. But the 3 verses, there's the one Atlanta verse, which is crazy.
Yeah.
There's the first
the verses are high. He definitely hit certain things.
And you gotta think about it, bro.
But I'm not playing that song ever. again or ever.
Guess
like,
what? You
if it gets played,
guess
if it
what?
gets played, and I see people over there dancing and doing that little skip and stuff, I'm gonna sit back dying like.
Guess
I'm
what?
But it's not. That's not gonna make me be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to that later.
But guess what? Any cookout you pull up to this summer, that's getting played 100 fact. Unless you go into a white cookout, all white cookout.
They're gonna play that too.
Exactly. So then there's no exception.
They're playing not like us. They might play. It might be. You're right though. It might. You think it could turn into electric slide? Or you think it's over after a couple of years? Nah,
I wouldn't say electric slide, bro. If we got different perspectives on it. But for me, I can't think of another banger that was like that. Then like not even another, but like the last one was like a milli. Like it's a generational joint. Like niggas still play a milli, not niggas, but like a milli will still be like he just did a commercial with that.
I don't know the last time I heard Not Like Us.
Do you go anywhere? You go anywhere? Like
I don't go. I'm outside. I don't go to sleep.
Okay, you outside. You outside basketball training though.
I'm not like in the club.
If you're in the gym,
in the club, cool or whatever. But that's what I mean. Like in the gym, they playing music.
Right.
Like the kids play. I'm not even trying to hit.
First of all, I'm
really trying to.
First of all, Not Like Us is really actually mad inappropriate. Like saying pedophiles and shit like that.
The last time I think I heard Not Like Us, I was in North Carolina.
Bro, it's really not. First of all, Not Like Us is probably like.
And it goes
Not
down
Like
south.
Us.
I'm not up here, so I could talk like this a little bit, but down south. It's the Bible.
Right, they love it down there.
Yeah, they go
crazy. Bro, if it's the Bible, down south, you don't even know what it is on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's probably crazy in the West. Like the
probably
got dances to it. They like the HBCU schools.
Yeah, so you can't. So maybe you might not hear it in New York.
Yeah.
And that's debatable. Like because I hear it. And everyone's on social media debating him making a lawsuit. Like I played it with the last episode with maybe the last episode with Quasi, where it was Kev on Stage. You know Kev on Stage or not?
No.
We got step up your social media game.
Yeah.
Kev on Stage is a comedian.
I probably know him. I just don't know him by name.
Yeah.
But say what he do.
He was talking about how Drake's lawsuit was a crazy misstep because he was breaking down that like what he was alluding to was payola, which the music industry has been doing for the beginning of time or whatever. But also, even further than that, he's again spelling out what Kendrick is saying. You by doing the lawsuit on UMG and Spotify, you are basically saying like I'm calling my lawyers. In the black community, that's frowned upon. Yeah, exactly.
No, so I get it.
And he said at the very least, it's frowned upon. It's like,
and that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that he's kind of trying to sue for the same thing that company did for him all these years.
Exactly.
Not in a battle rap.
And guess what? If Not Like Us wasn't like that, if Not Like Us wasn't like that, ain't no way he's doing all this.
Yeah, they're not. No.
Drake's not doing this anyway. Drake's not gonna like go do this crazy thing. He knows gonna cause. He's gonna get looked at crazy for something that didn't do damage.
Yeah.
Like it did damage.
Yeah.
And even like I don't know. That's why like it's debatably if it's definitely one of the craziest diss tracks. If not the craziest one.
Do you think if Drake didn't make that last track he did seem like it's over, there's nothing you could do to win this, we would be looking at Not Like Us in that same sentiment? Not that it would take away from it, but you think it would be like you don't have no chance? I think that
Hard Part 6 is what you're talking about.
But you don't think that him acting like nigga is over has anything to do with a banger coming after you saying nigga is over?
I don't think his rebuttal had anything to do with the success of Not Like Us. Because it doesn't even make sense.
No, I'm talking about the song that he made. Didn't he make a song? Oh no, he did. That was after Not Like Us.
Yeah. He responded, and it was like you said,
why would you make it after Not Like Us?
Because he was responding to he responding to the.
I know, but he misstepped every way in this, bro.
Yeah,
so I don't.
It's bad. It's bad, especially as a Drake fan.
So does that make you feel like he just can't deal with Kendrick, or does that make you feel like he just lost this bout?
Because both, honestly, because like you, not only did you lose to Kendrick, but you showed that you don't know how. Like I said, you're showing your complex. You're showing that you don't even know how to accept failure.
Yeah,
you don't know how to.
That's where I think
you don't know how to maneuver.
That's where I think it's.
You don't know how to regroup.
That's where I think it's worse.
You say that Kendrick goes away for a minute. You don't even know how to do that.
Yeah.
There's like mad different things. You could have went away, regrouped. That's what they said on the Joe Budden's podcast too. Is that he should have settled down,
Yeah,
but went away.
But
wrote some shit, made an album.
You got to think about all the things that he's playing.
Like you keep dropping because you can't get enough of the attention.
Yeah, because I don't. Do you think it's enough of that? But he also had a deal, right? Like to get reconstructed, right? Wasn't he on the verge of getting another deal?
But so these drops don't do nothing.
I know it doesn't, but you don't think in his head it looks like I'm about to show you I'm boss real quick. But
you're not doing it.
No, you're not doing it. But I'm just saying.
Maybe that has
what
something
I'm
to do with it.
speaking to is your mind frame. Like you're dealing with the new deal and how you got to come about that. And now he's dissing.
The reason why it's not that.
You and it's like, damn.
The reason why it can't be that.
Like me either.
The reason why that can't be that is because he's doing shit outside of the music. He's not just dropping music. He's painting his nails. And before he cut his hair, he was doing all types of like feminine. He's doing the duck lips. He going on the live stream. He's doing lawsuits. He's doing everything that he said. He was on a white man's live stream. So
then Meek kind of had a point then too. Then like Meek still lost, but he kind of had a point. He just wasn't the person to say it.
All right, this ain't 2014. Meek is out here.
Had a point.
Meek is out here looking and acting crazy too.
No, he is. And
Quasi won't say it. But
no, they are. But I think that Quasi might feel the same way. But I feel like I kind of respect it because I feel like I don't think they totally care about all the numbers more than they care about they own or getting ripped off. I feel like Baby's going through something too right now.
Well, I think at this point, Meek Mill, I think he's independent.
He's trying to, but I like the fact that he's pushing on YouTube and stuff. And it's like he could be done unless you make, but everything he's done. Everything he's done
because like you have to, if you're not with the label, you got to be with the label.
And he said he doesn't have PR or nothing. He does everything on his own.
He's done.
Yeah.
The only one that could eat like that
is somebody that
he
got too high though to try to.
Russ or not?
Yeah.
Russ eats.
But so then why can't Meek do that?
Because he's Meek. He's done because of up here. He's done like he can't.
Like he's not gonna stay to the level that.
It's the same thing we was talking about. Like before. He's cooked. He's finished. Okay. Because I didn't know, but I assumed. Because like he dropped the whole album with Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no one bad night.
I didn't really like it too much.
I didn't even tap in. Yeah. Most people didn't tap in, and then he got beef with Academics, and Academics is cooking him.
Yeah.
So it's like so
you're gonna consistently have people hearing bad things.
And you're independent. There's not much you can do unless you're killing it.
So you can't. Yeah. So you
unless you're Russ killing it.
I know would have had to get like a borderline a podcast of your own first and start talking and get a following.
Academics said he would give him that
stuff. Yeah.
And it's like and I think it was like a bet too, like or some shit like that. Like he was just I don't know. Academics had money like that, but like he was flexing type shit like that. I don't know. Anyways, Russ, Tory's doing numbers with his albums and whatnot. He's independent.
I think it's hard to stay a gangster rapper because nowadays they could just like pull your resume or your card.
Right now it's being used in courts and shit like that.
Yeah. So and then if you do or say anything, it's like the whole.
But Meek's not even really that anymore.
He's not. He's
been rich and on for like some years, and he moves mad weird at this point. So it's like he might have a documentary by the end of this year.
Yeah.
If we being frank.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I just like the fact that they try their own stuff. Like they do their own. I respect it in that regard.
And honestly, bro, if you a good rapper,
it might be like stupid.
If you a good rapper, you don't have to just rap gangster rap. You don't have to just rap street shit.
No, you can rap about everything.
Exactly. And what does Meek do? Not rap about everything.
Yeah.
It's like it's honestly refreshing when on a few songs that he does, like on the championship album. That's probably not say that's his best album, but it's a good album.
It's close. Yeah.
But it's like he got a song with LMA where it's like you
went different
when
ways.
you collab with a female, it's fire. But also when you're independent,
but isn't that the only one that went crazy?
Nah, which was a weird step. The joint with him and Drake. It was
the one with Rico on it.
No, championships. What is it?
No, I'm saying that album was probably his best. That probably had his most. That the championships probably was his highest. Yeah,
I don't know
because of what you're saying though. Like your sense of showing versatility.
What's that song though? That Drake song with him and Drake.
It's not Rico.
No, that's the first one. They had a second one with in the video.
When
Nipsey Hussle and PNB Rock.
And PNB Rock. I know what you're talking about.
Fucking RIP to PNB Rock. It's not back to back. It's not Rico. I got the video in my head. Going bad, I think it is.
Yeah.
I pulled that shit out of my ear. But yeah, and that was a weird step because he just dissed you crazy, made your career look crazy, and then you collab with him. So, but none of my business. Yo, let's do one more thing.
That's the reason Jay-Z beat Nas. So go to Hove now, so I can tell him. Yeah, that's the reason Jay-Z beat Nas, because you had to fall in line.
Now this is the last joint on the Drake and Kendrick and LeBron. No, just the Drake topic before we move on, because we've been on it for a minute. I feel like it's been like an hour, but one more clip for you.
I don't think they ever liked Drake.
They never liked Drake.
But the man done put so many people on.
Okay.
How many people don't
Okay.
I mean, think about it. He too easy to hate on. Everything.
Yes.
Right.
I'll punch you in your face. Like that vibe.
That type of vibe.
Yeah.
All the women love him. All his music good.
Yeah.
Got a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
He ain't even from America.
Yeah.
He too easy to hate.
Yes. Everything he
ain't
just
got
said is
Kendrick
correct.
Lamar. He grew up like us. He put his mama van on his album cover. He struggled for real.
But look
Daddy
though.
drunk asking for the dominoes.
Right.
He had to grow up in Compton.
I know.
Rough out. Drake ain't had
But
no
that's
struggle
Drake's
in his
fault.
life. No. He was doing good in Canada. He was dancing with his white friend,
Hilarious.
Jewish uncle. They had bar mitzvahs, good investments. You feel me? Yeah. His mama family got that check. Kendrick going through it, bro. Yeah. He had a rough life. That's too. Drake shouldn't have messed with him anyway. You don't start with nobody from Compton.
You got it fucked up.
Hell no. They've been running the rap game
Stupid.
since '91. Right? Why would you do that? Out of all the people.
Why would you do that?
I'm telling you, Drake.
Now I can agree with this at a standpoint of Compton got that street gritty music. That's the way you're gonna have to go with it, and you don't really do that too great. But I don't agree. I don't think I would agree with it in the sense of like Compton is lyrical. No. I agree with it more the standpoint of like, nigga, you
They're about
put
that
the
shit.
gloves on the whole time.
But if you know he's the king of it out there, he's one of the top rappers, and he's from Compton. It makes sense that he's not gonna let shit slide. He's not gonna let shit go. He's gonna take it.
Yeah,
there.
but I think it was tricky because of the way that he drops. I think that might have been what Drake played on.
But
like,
he underestimated
on it. Like I dropped more than you, bro. But not knowing, like, bro, I got 6 things in the tuck for you if you keep.
But
playing.
I swear, bro, all these joints, the joints that he dropped.
Now I'm not saying not the whole song, bro.
Right.
I'm saying
okay, bars. Okay.
Because if I'm the nicest rapper or one of the nicest rappers in the world, and I could take 4 bars from 16 and 4 bars from 17 and 4 bars, and you got stuff going on right now, I'm gonna destroy you.
Right. What is that? And
that's
he got something.
That's easier. That's why you don't need to go look at Joe Budden.
I guess ammo. I guess ammo's the word I'm looking for. But he got it's another word like ammo. But I get what you're saying. You're right.
But it's the way he said it. Like, not only does Drake have all of those things going on, but it's like Kingston. When we were playing, we used to beat teams, and coach would never take us out. And we would beat you by 30. We would beat you by 40. We would shut you out in a quarter, and it was good to us. We loved it. We talked junk. The fans loved it. They came with us. They followed. What you think them teams did every single year they had a chance to get their get back?
What they do?
They tore us up. Not us, but like, all right, 4 years. I remember 4 years ago. So they don't think these coaches remember. So think about, now I'm saying that to say Kendrick was a young buck when he was going to Drake. You don't think Drake probably made him look like a little nigga 4 or 5 times? And Kendrick's never going to forget that. Like, now when it's my turn, I'm on you. So I think when you're like at the top, I feel like you really just can't underestimate the field, period. Like, you can't, because, and then like he said, like, you're Jewish, your dad's black, but you don't really go with him. You let that be known. You was dancing with your friends. You this. Your mom's good. You're eating good. And we trying to make ramen like Golden Ginza. You know, so I get what he's saying there, and I think that's the truth. But I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Drake should have felt like any of these people could really like me, bro. Like, I don't come from what they come from.
So, but not
like,
just,
even LeBron.
So you're just talking about Kendrick.
Even LeBron.
Okay.
I feel like, bro, I had my mom. I ain't have no dad. I had to go with the coach. I had to get in the back of the car. I was 6'7", probably 6'6", in the back of somebody's car like this. Because dad wasn't, and you sitting here dancing around with your mom, and like, so I'm not saying that would make me hate you,
right?
But from a couple conversations, it'll be easy for me to be like, oh, bro, yeah, he's not one of us.
Well, the only thing I will say not in Drake's defense, but in the offense to Drake, is that Drake burns bridges and does things to burn like that, like messes up the relationship. So it's like, again, like what everything you're just saying, like for 15-some years, Drake and LeBron look like bestie buddies, da-da-da-da.
And then Drake signed that money, man. That contract got everything to do with everything. I don't care.
You think so?
Nobody. Yes. I think that probably made some people's eyes open.
Why? He got more money than LeBron.
I think that made Drake, yeah, but I'm talking about just in the rap game, period. It's like, has anybody even got a deal that was structured, anything like that?
Probably
to get
not.
that much money,
Taylor Swift.
that much money, exactly, that much money and that much backing.
Yeah.
So it's like, dang, you taking all the money, and they ain't finna play my song as much because they gotta play his song. But that makes it even crazy. You gotta make them double or triple for that to be worth it to them.
But that's what makes it even crazy, and that's what makes you moving like a white person. Because how the hell you got a crazy ass deal and then you're suing? That's crazy.
But I think it's hard because in that position and you're doing everything that you want to do and you got that contract, but we don't know how hard they worked him. Like, we don't know what they made him do and all that. And now he's up to get another one who probably does want the same amount. Like, we're here and I'm thinking, give me 100,000, I'm good. Like, but he's used to different money. So I don't want 400 again. I'm worth more now. Like, give me more.
I mean, honestly,
so now on Drake's side, he probably feels like, well, y'all helped this happen to show me, to try to prove to me why I'm not worth more than 400. Y'all could just end me like this.
But Drake is one of those that would be super good if he was independent, like super straight. So it's like,
but I think that's what time it is, and that's why I think he should have just went away for a while. Because I don't think Drake's ever gonna. I don't think even before this beef, he was ever gonna get more than a 400. As a contract,
right.
From the industry, like that's it, bro. Like, what are they gonna give
crazy.
you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that once he got this 400, he should have been conjuring the plan to be independent as soon as it was over. Because how much more do you need after that? If you go independent, you got betting. You got betting contracts. You got this contract, that contract, that. So try to conquer independency.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Be
the
best at that.
I don't know why, but for whatever reason, that OVO like label music group is like music suicide. When like anybody, the only one that's like had a good career signing to Drake is like Party Next Door. And the weekend went on wax saying that he's glad he didn't sign his life away, talking about Drake. Because the weekend would have been shelved like Roy Woods or
to me, it's like a double-edged sword though, because I feel like Kendrick, the way he did it, it looked like he was planning on doing this at some point anyway. Like this was written.
Okay.
Now,
that's a fact, literally.
The success of it, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Like which way it could have went. Drake definitely probably hurt or helped that, whatever, on whichever side. But I feel like this was written, and I feel like this was written because J. Cole was never gonna do anything like that.
You know what's funny
and
though?
It'd be like everybody would be screaming AI or whatever, or somebody's, if it was anybody else. Like who else? You know, who else? Like Future, like I said, not to take away from Metro, but Future's like the street side of it, and like as far as the people that help Drake out, the general when it comes to that Atlanta side of it, and Kendrick knowing that, like, bro, I could tell, like, you did this, you got this from Thug, you got this from Baby, you got this, I got, like you said, a whole verse from Atlanta.
But it's layers to it, because honestly, especially with the wordsmith that Kendrick is, the lyrical ability that he has, Same thing with Joe Budden. Unfortunately, I got to make that comparison. it's all in front of you with Drake. If you're going against Drake,
that's a fact. But
as fans, he was the best, the greatest. He's so versatile, But that's like saying like LeBron, like not LeBron.
I get that.
That's like saying like a crazy player. Like you can still see his weaknesses if you're also a crazy player.
No, but that is like saying LeBron. Because what I feel like is, all right, cool. So Drake went to Pluto and all that. Now, if we name some of these songs, did Drake go crazy? With his verse.
Okay.
With his, you know what I mean? So whether it's a feature or not, like, did the other person just make the song, or did Drake probably take a little bit of your lingo, twisted it, and he might have got you? So it's like, is that in, like with LeBron, they'll be like, yeah, well, LeBron, that Jordan, it'll be like, well, but he went and joined D Wade, and he went and joined Chris Bosh.
Okay.
You know, but he's still like that. What was it, 15 or for one of those years? Still might have been probably his best year ever. Like he was killing, he was
player.
Going crazy on every single team.
Right.
But the argument was, well, yeah, well, you went and joined him, and you went and joined him. So it's like you did that. If I was Drake, I would have tried to find other, and it's hard because it wasn't too many, but I would have just went on the other people rant. Like I would have just went and found other people to join.
Like Bad Bunny.
And I would have kept, I was joking at that, but like rappers, real rappers, and I would have made some of their stuff pop. So it kind of would have been, that would have made that a double-edged sword, because it's like, yeah, he did a song with Moneybagg Yo, but everybody just liked Moneybagg Yo's song with Glorilla, but whose verse is better? Like who made the song hot? Oh, Drake did. So then it kind of could be the argument. So
you saying that you would have did that? You would have did that after the fact of the Kendrick?
Yep.
And niggas would have said like, okay, but he can't see Kendrick.
But I would have just, I don't know. Then he would have got his diss back. He would have got an ether at some point. I don't think I would have. I think he just, like I said, I think he messed up putting a period on it with that song. Like if he didn't do that, like you said, Jay-Z did good by losing that battle to Nas with Grace. But he didn't get off Nas. You know what I mean? Like any chance he, like that, and your little homie, that whole thing was after.
Right.
You know, when everybody was saying he lost.
Right.
And he said, you know, because the nigga wear a kufi, all of that was afterwards. And it was the truth. So it kind of, the people right now that are like, damn Drake, when there was those people with Jay-Z, those were the songs that was pulling them back. Like, nah, heck yeah. Look at, he's still saying a little bit. Like, it's only a little bit. And, you know, so.
You know what's crazy?
I think he should have went.
That's what like Kendrick's doing.
Yeah.
Kendrick's doing that on the GNX album. Kendrick's doing that on the
a lot.
SZA just dropped. And that's what Drake's been known for. That's what I'm saying. I brought that up. Drake does that with Meek. Did that with Meek. He did that with Kanye. He did that with Tory Lanez.
But he's taking too much to Kendrick words, and I feel like he might purposely not be doing that. But it's like, bro, like Jay-Z, when the grass is cut, the snakes are show. Like, that's where you're at, bro. It's time to turn up. Like, same thing. That's why I hate anybody that has anything bad to say about Jay-Z, because that is the rapper's Bible, bro. Like, I feel like you can't convince me Lil Durk ever listened to Jay-Z. It was all good just a week ago. You can't convince me that. And then caught this Rico like that. That's reasonable. That's his first album.
Right.
You can't, like, how are you a rapper and you not listening to these songs and making them be life? Like, he's telling you what y'all going, this whole epidemic, all of these people that are dying, that are going to jail for Rico, they all need to listen to Reasonable Doubt.
Gotcha.
If they listen to Reasonable Doubt, half of this stuff wouldn't be happening to half of these people.
Okay. I feel that.
So I feel like when it comes to something with, I don't know if I'm changing, but with him, the speed of our culture to get on the bad side of Jay-Z, to me, is crazy. Like, that man is a Bible in himself, man. Like, not for like everybody, but just like for the street. Like, yeah, he told you what he did. He told you how to do stuff, and he also told you what was gonna happen. And if you do stuff certain ways, or he told you what was gonna happen.
Well, let's just segue into that since we naturally went that route.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the recent Jay-Z allegations? Let's talk about it.
I hate the allegations, but I just hate the champion of "I told you so" more than the allegations. More so by the black community.
Okay.
I feel like I get the other side of it. And let me start off by saying this. I have daughters. If by any means any of these people did any of these things, then they're scum.
Right.
And I don't. But I just feel like in every situation, black people especially are quick to like downplay their own, and like we don't, not to say Jay-Z is the person, but we don't have anybody. We don't have no Malcolm X. We don't have no Martin Luther King. We don't have no
anymore, is what you're saying?
We don't have anybody. Yeah, so for us to not have anybody and be knocking the people that a group of us might have for themselves, it's like, what are we doing?
But so why is that different than the Drake shit? Because Drake under the same fire.
Well, Drake's
literally like
why? We just said that Drake was at the Jewish bar mitzvah doing all this and doing all that. That's the difference. So
what does that mean?
It just
being called a pedophile and then being the allegations that you was a pedophile,
that angle. Oh, the pedophile. I don't like that either. I hate that. Because,
you hate that
because
for who?
I hate that for Drake, because if you're a pedophile, I feel like when somebody calls you a pedophile, I feel like something, like it should be investigated and something should happen immediately after that. If it's not going to go that route, you shouldn't be able to.
So do you hate that? Do you hate that move on for Kendrick or by Kendrick?
Yes, I hate that move as far as the word pedophile. I think he could have, like, the way his defiance of it, I feel like was good, but he shouldn't define that as pedophile. It should have been more like a creep or something. Like, I think pedophile is just a crazy
but the thing
word.
Is, like, but you come on, Jesse.
Pedophile.
Jesse. You're from New York.
Yeah.
The mecca of rap battling.
Yeah.
You've seen Arsenal. You've seen what's the fuck, Charlie Clips. You've seen all of them get in a bag. You've seen what the fuck is his name? Sue Surf. You're asking me.
You're
say some crazy shit.
In total, do I feel like is fair? I feel like it's fair in a rap battle.
Right. That's what it is.
That's what you're asking me. Then yeah, I feel like it's fair. I just don't agree with the way, like the words that came after, like how he rapped, why he's a pedophile. Like, I don't agree with, like, I don't think that would make him a pedophile. So I don't think that it, like, you
say Drake, I heard you like him young. Like, what do you, like, Drake, unfortunately, like, TikTok is on it as far as investigating.
Yeah. I've seen some of those things.
He plays a little too closely
to it, yes.
with younger girls.
And then he said the Sierra Canyon, like a lot of the things that he said.
The Millie Bobby Brown girl said on a talk show that Drake was, I love Drake. We were just texting.
I feel like
he said, I miss you, da-da-da.
I feel like him using that high school parking lot as like a gathering is OD.
Is Drake?
Like, in Drake said Drake did that? I feel like in one of his verses he said something about Sierra Canyon.
He got Teenage Fever as one of his songs.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact lines, but I remember when I heard it, that's what made me say, damn, like, you kind of shouldn't have said that.
You're going to prep Jesse nicely for these next podcasts.
Yeah, definitely, because parking lot looking like Magic City, inside of Magic City. But you're talking about Sierra Canyon. You're talking about a high school.
When was that?
Some
of it should be coded. I'm not gonna lie.
No. He said it.
No. I know. I'm like, I probably went over my head.
I forget what song it was, but I remember when I heard it. Don't play it.
Copyright.
I'm just trying to see what the name of the song is.
Yo.
Because it was on Certified Lover Boy. It was one of the songs on that song.
But was he talking about a high school?
He said, I got Sierra Canyon looking like.
Who the hell is that?
That's the high school that Bronny and LeBron's son went to.
Okay, I got.
But to Magic City is a strip club.
Okay, I gotta go back. So
I get it. It's kind of, you're saying it like you got a lot of people there, but you could have been like one of my Madison Square Garden shows or something like Magic City.
It's kind of like the TSU song on also Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah.
Which is TSU, obviously a university, but it's not underage, obviously. but it's on the cusp, especially when you're 37 or whatever the case may be. That's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Or 34 at the time.
And I don't agree with it at all. But
Listen,
we gotta stop acting like it's not happening. Don't Leonardo DiCaprio get a new 18-year-old every time the girl turns 28 or a new 7? Like,
I mean, he should be
don't
held more
they do all
accountable.
of those things too? So that's what I mean too. It's like, I'm not saying that we say it's right, but let's add everybody to that when we start doing these kind of talks. Like,
that's what Kendrick's doing. He's not doing everybody. I mean, going with everybody, but I mean, he's going everyone in Drake's camp. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it.
I
get it. I think that Kendrick was strategic and he was smart.
Right.
Because these things are happening in these certain like lineups and stuff. Like, I don't think nobody's dealing with a 13-year-old pulling her in. Like, I would like to think we're not there with it, but I think it's like it's close.
I almost forgot you were about to be like shit. Hold up.
It's closer than we think.
Hold up, Jesse. Hold up.
I told you I wanted this.
Hold up. Wait a minute. I gotta show you this. I got a clip for you to dissect and break down for me because I need the record. I need the info. I need the data. I found it. Hold on. We got a Jay-Z fan in the building. Let's see how he reacts.
So if Jay-Z's illegitimate son is 31 and Jay-Z is 55, that would mean that Jay-Z was 24 when his son was born. His son, illegitimately, he doesn't claim him, but the son says it's true, and Jay-Z has refused to do a paternity test. But if what the child is saying is true, Jay-Z would have been 24 when he was born. And the child's mom was 16 when she gave birth. So, I'm just pointing out the facts that I see. So
what are you saying that is a testament to why he might have been with Diddy and a 13-year-old? Or are you just telling me to speak on that?
Like she said, she just bringing the facts to the
table. I don't believe that Jay-Z kid thing anyway at all. I feel like when I was a little bit younger I did, but I feel like I dove in so much that like I don't believe it anyway. But
why wouldn't you? There was another. Go ahead.
Because there isn't a way. Like, there's not a way for you to force somebody to get paternity.
Go ahead.
I'm asking that. That's a question.
31. I don't know. I just feel like.
See, I want to cook her a little bit. Like, what is she doing, sitting in the crib?
No, that's not what it's about. Hold on, now we gotta run it back.
Now she's making me feel like she's been on Jay-Z ever since this came out.
I was a man, and someone accused me as a 24-year-old of having a child with a 16-year-old.
This is not valid. This is not valid. This is not valid, though.
In the comments are saying, you know,
how many people now, I feel like this is so far-fetched. How many people
just pause it
there. Yeah, just pause. Let me pause it. How many people do you think are saying they probably seen these dudes, messed with these dudes, had a baby with these dudes, and all of those kind of things? You think so if everybody that says, yo, I messed with you back at that you feel like you don't think that happens to Drake?
Drake on Wax has said that he's legally obligated to take paternity tests when these women come from. He said that on songs, like on his song.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel personally like when that stuff was happening with Jay-Z back then, it wasn't this same era. Right. Type of thing.
So maybe wasn't. Maybe that wasn't being pressed that way.
So it wasn't. Yeah. So maybe it wasn't. But I just feel like if Jay-Z was my dad, we would be finding out, bro. Like it would be way. I would be doing.
What the fuck does that mean? They didn't say nothing.
And I feel like there's way more people that don't have nothing to do with Jay-Z or the fact that this might be his kid saying it than the actual people. Like, you see how you pulled that up? Why isn't it the son doing that?
But I don't know the son. This just happened to go viral.
So if you look up Jay-Z's son, how many things you think you're gonna get? That's gonna be the guy that's actually saying it versus other people that heard this and heard that. Like, I don't know.
I mean, after the pod, you could look up Jay-Z's son. I'm sure he's on something.
No, I'm not saying that he's not. But what I'm saying is you'll see 800 of that. You'll see 800 and 200 will be that girl. Literally that girl. Another 50 will be her. Just her. Another 50 will be somebody else. Right. It's kind of like a topic, like a chapter.
All right, so let me say this then. Because you, to this point that you're making, that where you now are becoming a hypocrite, unfortunately.
Tell me how.
Because you just said, why isn't it coming from the horse's mouth? Basically, you never hear it from the horse's mouth. You're hearing it, quote unquote, from the horse's mouth with the new allegations. The 13-year-old is
but then
is the horse
exactly? And now, so now when we hear the horse's mouth, we got to hear the story the horse's mouth gives us.
Okay,
and it starts with her not naming Jay-Z at all.
Okay,
right. So now we're fast forward. Diddy's in trouble. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna threaten Jay-Z and say we're gonna add your name.
But Jesse, why?
If we don't add your name, unless you're gonna pay us first. He says he's not going to pay you, so now you add his name. Why? Because of what's happening to the freaking black community. You're throwing spaghetti on the wall to see if it sticks. Now, whoever thought Diddy was
white. They're both white.
But whoever thought Diddy was going to go down, this girl said her father picked her up.
Okay.
So if you picked up your 13-year-old daughter in your car and she tells you anything about anything that happened, or you picked your 13-year-old daughter up and she doesn't tell you nothing. Let's say she doesn't tell you at all.
Because that's the thing.
That's what happened. And now we fast forward to her saying what happened. You don't feel... I feel like as a parent, I'm going to remember picking up my daughter one day in half dressed, half whatever, from around the corner from a... Like, there wasn't no questions. They said the girl was half naked, half dressed, ran around the corner.
There's too many holes in what you're saying. How? You not that girl, that woman's father. So like you know that there's a range.
Yeah, but then also so father, exactly. But I'm not
just because it was a father that picked it up doesn't mean he's a good father.
And he says I don't remember that at all.
He's probably first of all, especially white fathers.
But that's what I'm. So that's what I mean. How are we so quick to be on that side?
I'm not on nobody's side.
Not you. I'm
just bringing the conversation to the table.
What you're saying is what a lot of
us are saying. But also, why though? Like Jesse, like that's like somebody saying that's like somebody in Kingston did something crazy or got convicted of something crazy, and they bring up, yo, Jesse was doing the crazy shit. Why would they just say Jesse?
But I would think that my longevity of what I do and what I do around would make people need more than just them saying Jesse.
But that's what I'm saying. But look at Diddy though. Diddy was the same guy.
Yeah, no, Diddy wasn't the same guy, bro. Think about the story. How many Diddy stories do we hear? We hear Diddy holding dudes over balconies. We hear Diddy beating Cassidy. We hear what story of Jay-Z do we hear? Though? No,
it's Cassie, not Cassidy.
Cassie. Sorry. But we've been hearing Diddy stories since I was... Diddy stories been happening since I was young.
You only named 2 and 1 was last year.
No, they've said Diddy was gay or messing with boys since we went and seen Diddy. I was in high school on the team. We seen him in Miami and was hyped to see Diddy and took pictures. We came back and there were people that were saying like, what'd you do? Yeah. Then, not now. Then,
okay, but you
that's
also
2005.
We just got done talking about Jay-Z and his illegitimate son from back then.
That's one. But I'm saying Diddy has had stories like different people.
Diddy hasn't had stories like R. Kelly.
No, not close to R. Kelly, but more than Jay-Z and more people in the industry with different kind of stories.
But out of anybody,
situations as a whole,
Jesse, out of anybody, same thing like I said to you a minute ago. Like, why Jay-Z? Out of anybody that Diddy's close to, why Jay-Z?
I think because the controversial thing that's been said from jump is that they're like, quote unquote, gay together. And
I never heard that.
That's what I mean. Me growing up, it's been how did Biggie, Pac, and all these people die, but Diddy and Jay-Z still here. Like that's the narrative. That's been a narrative
in the black community.
Yes.
Okay, but they're white.
People are white in the world, though. What I'm saying in the world since I was young, and but now it's to a certain extent. You have to be in consideration of the fact that like. A lot of these people also, another narrative is like Cosby, he was said to get what? He so-called was about to buy a news company.
Okay.
And then all of this stuff came out. So at the same, like I said, we don't have anybody. So there's another side of it that could be, are they just trying to take out anybody that could potentially help pull the black people up as a whole too? Like why? That's what I mean. As black people, why isn't that in our conversation?
Do you feel like
now? Not saying that that's the right thing or that's the right thing.
Right.
Why isn't that in the conversation?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's good. That was good that you brought it into the conversation.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That has Jay-Z done a significant amount for the black community, for black people, besides his albums?
I mean, Dear Summer, what is that song? All of them people that made millions, there was black people. Cam made millions. Beans will say it if he wasn't in his.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about God did.
Like,
I thought you were talking about God did.
Like Bleak is good.
So you're talking about the people that he put on.
Dame Dash probably wouldn't have another as much as, and then he did features. When Nas was going through a rut, that's when he signed Nas.
Brother, Dr. Umar would be heated right now because that's not saying nothing for the black community. That's saying stuff for people he worked with individually, but that's not. I'm saying for the black community, like a school, like hospitals.
No, it's not a school, but those things,
foundations, or charities.
Dr. Umar's school still isn't done either.
Dr. Umar's not Jay-Z.
What I'm just saying is we saying all of these things, but it's like he's putting people on the stage of the Super Bowl.
I only asked that.
He's putting people on the stage of the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm sure he donates to Brooklyn all the time. Marcy Projects doesn't look the exact same way that it looked when I was younger. So I'm sure I don't know specific things.
But I'm only saying it to your point where you're saying that it's possible. It's it could be a possible conspiracy of taking out high role black figures so that they can't bring up the black community. But if he doesn't bring up the black community, then that debunks what you just said.
But no, it doesn't, in the sense of he's a pillar. He's somebody that we could look at in whether we look at him and learn his raps and let's keep it real.
Keep it real. Diddy was too though. You can't say Diddy wasn't.
No, he was.
Diddy wasn't.
Diddy was erratic, man. Diddy was like that. You kind of seen some of that with him. What I'm saying is yes, you can't. No, I don't want to take that away from Diddy. I'm sorry.
You can't. But right. I mean, you can take it away now, but you can't take it away before.
You're right.
Diddy was just on MTV before all this, getting the Lifetime Award or whatever.
Yes. No, you're right. But you can't. Jay-Z is somebody that he rapped the way he rapped.
Mm-hmm.
He had an issue with his group. He went his own way. He was successful as heck.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled people with him, but his raps alone to me are enough for enough people for me to respect him. I bring it back to me saying a week ago, and some of his raps you could sit down and really have the chance of becoming a millionaire if you just can deflect what he's giving. He's dropping gems, he's dropping jewels. Some of these people you don't see, you can't see these people.
Right, but that's not a good point.
No, I'm not
that's
saying
a good point to me. That's a good point in our community. That's not a good point in a real setting.
I'm only speaking to when we was doing that, it was
I can say that about Tory Lanez.
What I'm saying is we was arguing with who was on that post. That was Bubba. That was Cordell.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to them kind of people.
Right.
It should,
but that's not valid enough, bro.
I'm saying it should be more. They should need more to just jump on the same side. As
right.
That's what I'm saying. Now I'm not. If he did this, it's horrible. But I'm saying it's too much of us on that side. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's not a side. No. It's too much of us
I get
over
that.
There.
Now, see, here's my thing with Quasi, and I'm setting up a fucking conversation of the black community and the issues within it and whatnot. I feel
I'm probably Quasi, but go ahead. Because I just feel
I hope not. We should not, because he's a bug out.
We should be extra on us. I don't care.
I'm okay. I don't disagree.
Extra on us.
I don't disagree.
We should have a little bit more.
This is my point though. Open-mindedly thinking, not even really open-mindedly, but just thinking about it from the big picture of it. I believe that we are not that way because of conditioning from white people. Systematically, and just being it's the different conditioning that have made black people not either not supportive, the first person to jump down the throat, killing, like and it's in Quasi. The awful thing about Quasi is he's like he kind of takes the white people, or he sounds like I told him he sounds like a poster child for white people that will say like, "Yo, this is black people are bad, black people are this, black people are that." I'm just like, bro, but maybe that's dangerous.
Maybe that's why we like Jay-Z, because I don't think Jay-Z's that far. That's a little too far. But I think in some point of our plan, we need to realize that we also need, like, even if it's just one, we can't just be so against white people either.
You know what's ironic? I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm not a big Jay-Z guy at all. But this is one thing I know that Jay-Z has said. Jay-Z has also said that this was a setup, like ghettos. Yeah. Like black people were pushed into ghettos. Yes. Fucking crack was pushed into ghettos. Yes. So it all was a setup. It was all a systematic play.
I get it.
So it's like you can't. Like, it's not far-fetched to say black people are conditioned to hate other black people.
But I think that where we come from, white people, it's supposed to be like a not my baby mentality. Like a mama, not my baby mentality. We should get that much leeway to ourselves. Unless it's in black and white.
What do you mean?
You know, like you can't, certain people's moms, you couldn't go to my mom and just tell her I did something. She ain't gonna just believe you. Like, no, my baby. No. I could have did it 25 times. But you was going to have to show her something. Like, you wasn't just going to be able to go up and be like, hey, Miss Yolanda, you know, Jesse said this, and this to me and did this, and this to me. Like, I think that we need a little bit more of a not my baby mentality. That's all. Just a little bit more. Now, again.
You think white people have that?
No. You know what? Hell no. You know what? Now, I think that shows Succession. That's what made me feel like just white people.
No,
you never seen that? Oh, you gotta watch it, bro. Okay. It's on HBO Max, but it's it's a family. It's after something. It's after like the Murdoch family, I think, a little pieces of it.
Okay.
But it's like they run a news thing. Like the one guy is like the dad runs the news show. He has kids, whatever. But they're like in the business wise. All of the kids are trying to kick each other's butt because they want to be the CEO. But I feel like some of the things I see in that they doing to each other in the black community, I'm not talking to you again. You my bro. But when they leave work, they all sit down and they eat dinner and they talk. And it's how's your kids? And it's how's my kids? And it might become an argument over business at some point, but dad's about to stop that because we at the dinner table and this is dinner.
Gotcha.
So like they do I don't know if it's better, but they do a good job of separating like business from personal.
White people.
I think than blacks.
White people.
Yes. Because I know there's some that can do that.
Bro,
but I think
some of them get down and they know, and
they still could sit down,
keep it hush,
and they still could sit down and eat dinner. Like every one of these kids had their own little issue, like in this show. But I think that we just like they hold each other accountable a little bit more, and then they're good at separating like business from pleasure. Like now we're family. This is family. Like. So what if I told dad over there the dumb stuff that you did to try to get me the edge of being the CEO? Like, you're still my brother. Like, now we're eating dinner. You know what I mean? Like, not like I'm never talking to my brother again because I could have this, and that, and he did this to me. So now I'm not talking to him.
So you don't think that white people are quick to cut ties with other white people when they get caught on some shit?
I think that Oh, no, they are then. But I think that...
And that's similar to what we're talking about with Jay-Z?
What, family?
Right. But we're not Jay-Z's fam.
Well, oh, yeah. So then, no. I think that's... Yeah, no. You're right. Then I think they will cut ties quick. But I feel like family-wise or like you white people that you make 10 million, I make 10 million, I make 10 million. Like, you're not going to see a lot of them turn the cheek on the white person that's under fire. Quicker than you'll see it on the black side, is what I think.
I don't know. I mean, maybe not. maybe not in the community.
That's what I mean. That like on
in
this,
the community,
on the camera,
right,
and up front to where they
but
can be like, well,
yes
Joe Budden said,
bro, yes and no, because it's nowadays cancel culture.
Besides like Joe Rogan,
cancel culture is real.
Joe Rogan,
but it's not even fuck them because they're not really like. I guess Joe Rogan is successful with his shit or whatever. I'm not tapped in, but white people are at the forefront of cancel culture. So if anybody says something crazy like the N-word or something homophobic or whatever, they on their ass. And then the businesses that align or the sponsors or the companies or whatever, they see that their consumers
I don't get into that, but I know there's an argument there because I know that there's some white people that like canceled Mike Vick because of the dog stuff, but they wear the furs that are from animals, and so you know what I mean. So I know there's like, I know, you know, so there's levels to it, you know, like where they'll just be quick to cancel us, but now you got the damn skunk or whatever around your neck going to the next ball or whatever. So it's like, whatever. But it's like it's a slippery slope there. Yeah. I feel like I'm not saying that black people
are like quicker to get canceled. I would say that.
I'm saying
possibly depending on what you do. And you see with Chris Brown.
But you're quicker to be canceled in my eyes because of black people not giving you the not my baby grace, bro. Like I think about it. If it's just the white people,
wait. So when you said not my baby grace, black people give. Who do they give that to? Because we're just talking about they don't give that. Not giving that to Jay-Z.
No, I'm saying that's what black people don't give that to. That's why.
Who gives it though? I think you just said someone gives it.
I think some white people will give it to themselves.
Other white people? Okay.
Other white people.
But if they're close to them,
what I'm saying is if they're like up here and we're like under, and now white people are saying Jay-Z did and now it's like I don't want to listen to him. Well, so is this black person, and so is this black person, and so is it. So now it's like he's saying it, but they saying it too. So if I don't want to listen to him, Dr. Umar just borderline agree with him, and he don't like white people, so it must be true. So let me it's like quick for us to believe. It's like off of us.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you believe white privilege is a thing?
Hell yeah.
Okay, there you go. That solved all that. Like we, as black people, we don't have white privilege. As white people, they have white privilege. So that falls in the category of white privilege.
But that you don't think that that's enough to give you to try to make a slew of blacks, like black rapper fanatics, give the not my baby grace?
Is that a thing, or are you coining that?
I'm just trying to make it make sense. Like. You know the mom. You don't know the moms. That's like
no, I know. I just never heard. I never heard it as a term.
I just feel like black people are like I don't know. I just don't like the "I told you so." It's like you told me what? Like you don't know this person. You don't. So it's not like
so. Let's do this.
It's just I told you so.
Should someone, brother? Like so. Like my question is though. I'm glad we're having this conversation because this is it's a fire perspective and whatnot. Should they have had that grace with Diddy?
I think no.
Chatting, we talking today.
No, well,
we talking today.
You're talking before the video,
before, after, whichever.
Before the video, maybe. I could see 50-50 split.
Wasn't after now?
After the video's over, you're on video. After now it's not my grace. It's over. That's what I mean by not my baby. But if you brought my mom the video,
but not the video isn't even the video isn't even what he's being like the allegations are. The video is just icing on the cake. He's alleged for sex trafficking.
I'm only holding Diddy to a fire right now from that video. Right. And that's making me feel like
evidence for you.
That's making me feel like if you hit her, you hit somebody else. Yeah. So I'm that now. Or I gotta believe all of the hit stories.
Right.
That's all I'm holding them to the fire for. The allegations, the gay stuff, all this stuff. Like I'm not saying he didn't do it, but I'm at the not my baby grace. Not that I'm there, but I feel like I gotta see more. Like I'm not willing to argue that that's not the truth.
So what he's being convicted of, or what he was arrested for, obviously isn't gay shit, but it's like sex trafficking. And I think there was 2 other things. I don't know off the top of my head.
So what I mean, if I'm putting myself in that situation, is like, I'm not saying he did or he didn't, but I'm not about to go on the internet and be like, Diddy's nasty. He should have never sex trafficked, and he could, because I don't know what he did or he didn't. Right. I could go on the internet and be like, man, Diddy should have never hit that girl like that. He should have just let her leave. I could do that because the video is out.
Right. Okay.
You know, like and again, that's not to say that makes it valid, but I'm not in Diddy's life, so I shouldn't be so quick to cancel him as a black on the black side without more evidence, like just from a couple different podcasts.
Well, honestly, bro, as far as in the black community, all you got to do, like that video would have did it regardless.
Yeah,
if this court stuff was going on, it was gonna rap for him.
The football guy, Ray Rice. Once that video came out, it was over for him. Right. See how many of these football dudes do all that stuff, but once that video came out, it was up for him.
So now let's touch on this real fast and then just keep pushing on. If that's the case, in the black community or in whatever community, as soon as you see a video or evidence of that, if that's the case, how do you feel about the Chris Brown situation?
With Rihanna?
Yeah, of course.
I don't like what he did there, but I also understand immaturity and growing up.
Should he still be under the same?
No. I hate
why? Tell me why.
I hate that because, like, did you see that documentary they made, the weird one? With all of the allegations?
I think I seen a
and then at the very end of
was him talking?
No, that's what I mean. You probably don't know. You had to watch it till the end for them to say all of these stories he got proven not guilty. So it's like if you just watch the beginning, you think damn, like I don't know if we're talking about the same one, but there's one out where it starts with like people saying what he did, other girls saying what he did to them, this and that, and this and that. But at the very end of it, the person says all of these allegations aren't proven to be true. So if you just watch 30 minutes of it, you think Chris Brown just beats the hair off of women. So I don't agree with that, but I don't think that he was right for doing that. But again, like when you grow up and that, like and that was when like 15
or whatever.
Yeah, that stuff happens with people. And then Rihanna, like who's to say Rihanna didn't do what she did on her end? And again, I'm not saying that as an excuse for him to do something to her, but I think that's a little like it should be over for that with him. Unless he's still like, if there's another video and it's like, yeah, then he just did this. Now he's doing this.
Right.
Then, bro, you just bugging out. But like that one time, that one situation, I don't think we should still be on that now. I think he paid for that.
Right. Exactly. And I agree. And again, that's the separation. But with black people and white privilege.
So now let's use that right there. So boom, he did that. He paid for that, right? We're all these years on right now, right? How many years removed from that? Maybe
like 15,
10,
15.
Cool. So let's say in 7 more years, one allegation comes out for Chris Brown. Do you know how many black people are? Do you think that that's valid though? For the black community to just
but it's just not. It's the world though. It's the world. I
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Us as a community is kind of like
black people. I think
we just
in this aspect, I think black people are more not against him with that. Like black people are more so like let him.
How many people do you think will be like, "I told you so" so quick? If in 5 more years they're like, "Oh, Chris Brown has allegations of," I feel like half of the black community will be on something.
I don't know if I told you so. I don't know if
I wasn't even listening. I wasn't even dancing to Chris Brown when y'all did the song with Drake. I hated Chris Brown.
I can see that, but let's keep in mind, as far as right now, it's really white people that is keeping their thumb on Chris Brown.
Yeah.
As far as that Rihanna situation.
But that's the reason why I feel like we have to fall back a little bit and need more proof. I'm not even saying champion the black person. Like, I'm not even saying just jump on the black side. Just give it some time.
Right.
Wait a minute. Relax. Calm down. So that's what I feel like.
But do you keep that same energy with Diddy? Because I feel like you only keep that. You only have that energy with your mans.
Yeah, but I'm only have that energy with my mans because when he was in the video, she was slapping him. Solange was tearing him up.
Right.
And he was looking like a baby deer in the corner, scared for his life. That Diddy
That ain't enough evidence. That ain't enough evidence.
Diddy was walking this chick down the hallway, hitting her, bringing her back, and all. So I don't think the energy level is gonna be the same.
And what was that for? What was that for? Again, I'm not being devil's advocate for real, but I'm just bringing shit to the table. That was for infidelity.
It was, but I feel like how you know she wasn't leaving for infidelity? That's the difference in the video. How you know Cassie wasn't leaving that room because of infidelity? You cheating, I'm out of here. He dog walked her.
But that's
the video. That's what we seen with our eyes. You dog walked her.
So you
Jay-Z was being it was infidelity, and the sister was slapping him in his face, and he was just trying to block hits.
Right.
So is that the same scale?
But you're saying what if versus what we know.
Yes.
So it's like the what if almost doesn't matter because the world knows. The world knows that Diddy beat the shit out of Cassie, and the world knows that Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce.
That's
and the world. No, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. What we know versus what because you were saying what ifs. What ifs is not what we know.
No. I'm saying what we know are two different things, though. We know they both were cheating.
Who?
Jay-Z, and we know Diddy. Well, we don't know if that was infidelity. Why Diddy did that?
Right.
So
hell no.
It could have been a different.
It looked like Cassie was just trying to leave. And he was just get back here.
So isn't that worse? So does that what I'm speaking to is why we can't put Diddy and Jay-Z on the same scale.
No, you brought up wait. You brought up Solange and Jay-Z.
Yes, because
I just said that the reason for that was infidelity.
How many videos of Jay-Z do we have? I brought that up because of a video. So like we don't have mad
videos of Diddy.
That's it. Exactly. And the one that we do, he's dog walking a female up and down. So I'm just pointing to the levels of why somebody might not have that same energy for Diddy as they do for Jay-Z.
But then it comes back to why, out of everyone that Diddy's been around, why Jay-Z?
Why would the girl?
Why would the girl say Jay-Z?
Because maybe that was a easy point in time for her to just say that name, but that
name out of a pile.
We also have to factor in that there's some scrutiny between that lawyer and Jay-Z as well. Like he doesn't like Jay-Z for whatever reason either. So it could be a slew of things. It's like I got this on him, and I go to Busby, the guy that's willing to do all of this. He's a big I'm gonna knock these big time people out the park, and then you say Jay-Z.
But he's also, let's do this though. He has been known, or I haven't done super research on him, but the little research that I've done is he's known as or is respected as one of, if not the best lawyer in the country.
And that's what I'm saying. Tell me, to your point,
you're not gonna. If I'm the best lawyer in the country, I'm not taking some bogus ass story.
But even arguing points, that's what I'm saying. Though, as blacks, is we take those points, and that makes that makes it enough. That's the best. Like somebody will say from Kingston. Somebody from Kingston will be like, "What? Number one New York State lawyer Jay-Z did that." But they won't. But they won't say. Wait, the girl said the dad brought her home. The dad said they'll give an excuse for that.
That's corny.
And it'll be that's my biggest gripe. That's my biggest gripe. I don't think Jay-Z did this. I don't think it's enough.
Would you sit down? Would you sit down with Bubba here?
But yes, I would. Yes, he knows. Me and him always argue about these points, but I also like arguing with him because he will say things that some people probably are thinking. And they just won't say it. So I understand that.
I like holding people, obviously, I like holding people accountable or whatever. So if he was to say, if he wasn't making sense of what he was saying, I'd be like, yo, that doesn't make sense type shit. Yeah. Right now, I'm just posing questions. So it's I'm not saying Jay-Z did it, but I also wouldn't have thought Diddy did it or Diddy different things that he's literally on camera doing or whatever. That now is being painted like it's really leaning towards.
I just think
he's going down for that shit.
I know more of the Jay-Z stories than I know the.
But Jay-Z, I will give you this.
That's what it is.
Jay-Z didn't make a chess move with the whole. If this is something that. If this is serious, obviously these are serious allegations.
It should be criminal. Facts.
I think he countersued. Didn't he countersue?
Yes. So if now I'm bringing a criminal,
that's a real shit. Yeah.
So now it's like I could go to jail, bro. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So that now you see how you at least noticed that, and then you're also not saying Jay-Z didn't do it. I feel like enough blacks don't do that.
Right.
That's what we don't do. We just say, well, he's just saying that because he's trying to bluff him. Like we trying to give that an excuse instead of being like, whoa, that's a deep
bro. If you ask yourself why, like I'm not saying it has
I think
to
in 2025 it's hard for it to be that simple as a why. Because I think in the last 7 to 10 years, stuff has just been pulled from everywhere, and it's been the era of people finding reasons why instead of like actually letting it come out. It's kind of like it was dark yesterday at 3:00 in the afternoon, you know, and somebody being like, well, actually yesterday was this cloud day, so he's kind of right, because you know what I mean. Like we're pulling reasons for something to be the why instead of going with like the actual facts. That's what I think is
I'm saying, why do black people do that? I would say, and again, I think my answer is conditioning. My answer
I think a certain sense of it is conditioning, but I think a lot of it is to converse, like to be able to have controversial debates with certain people too. Like there's a group of black people that are probably solely doing that just to argue too. But not that that's a big group.
No, what you're saying is right. What you're saying is right, but logically, you're right. What you're saying is right, but logically, that is a form. So, like, that's a form of self-hatred.
What's a form of self-hatred? What is a form of self-hatred?
That, like,
being like that.
If you're willing to jump to.
I agree.
Of course you.
I agree. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. So, but when you break it down, you're not born. Same thing with everything, with racism, blah blah blah. You're not born with self-hatred. You're conditioned to self-hatred. You're conditioned to racism.
No, you're right. Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all.
Disagree. It's just like, I just can't think of anything else that makes sense.
I think we're coming
normalized.
We're coming into a time where it's that, but it's a mixture of like shock value. It's a mixture of a big take, and then it's a mixture of information. Whether it's true information,
even says clout or attention or whatever. Right.
Like all of those things you showed me, like, and I could be wrong. No disrespect to that female at all, because I don't know if it's somebody you know.
No.
It's like I don't know, but I just feel like that's the era we're in. We're like, people will go to work, go home, and just look up different reasons why Jay-Z could have been like, yo, did you see the picture on his Instagram from 2019, and he had on a black shoe, and they said in the thing that there was these black shoes. Like, it's like we go so hard to find out why he did it,
right?
Instead of just, I don't know,
I'm not gonna lie to you,
the whole evidence of it. Because when you do that, it's like you don't think she has a handful of followers for saying certain things that some people probably never.
Real quick, to like what she was saying and what we were talking about with Bubba or anybody that's just like, he did this to blah blah, like just be controversy or whatever, or just making up shit. Like she was providing, like she was doing similar to what I'm doing, except just like how I presented it to you.
Yeah,
like she's bringing something factual to the table. Like that's just like there was none of what she said was her opinion.
But how is it? It's not a fact that that's really Jay-Z's kid though.
No, it's not. But
so
it's
that's
also
what I'm saying. So
right.
What I'm saying is it's the fact that it's not a fact. Even if it could be true, you chose that information to be what you put on your stuff. And
right.
You don't think that a certain point of that is because of the shock value? Like,
no,
people,
I mean,
I say this,
for sure.
I'm going to blow the roof off.
Well, for sure, but that's also, unfortunately, that is a part of the new game that there is.
No, it is. Social media. I think it's hard because some of these people don't believe that too. Like I've seen people, like there's people that do things like that and don't necessarily believe it either. So it's not just them giving you their real take. Do you agree with that? Do you agree that there's some people that might say things just solely for shock value?
Oh hell yeah!
They might not.
But that's not what that is though, because that's not her. Again, it's not her opinions. She's just bringing something to the table, and then letting the masses do what they do with it, because it is unbiased opinion. It is questionable,
but the masses shouldn't be us then.
What?
The masses shouldn't be us then.
Fuck you mean?
It shouldn't be me. It shouldn't be you. It shouldn't be
black people.
Not yet. Yeah, it shouldn't be us yet. It shouldn't be. And if it is,
we shouldn't. Should we have an opinion on it? Or
if it is, we should speak to both sides, regardless of our opinion. Does that make sense? Like we should speak to, like, even if we don't agree with Jay-Z's cousin came on the internet and he said, well, it wasn't Jay-Z because after the whatever BET where he came to my house and we had a little party over there. We disregard that over the girl saying that she talked to her dad because she got the New York State best lawyer in the world. So if you're going to speak to that point, I feel like you should speak to both sides of it, not just one.
So what should
you should be like, hey, I don't agree with that, but they did say that that so-called Jay-Z's cousin, just to give more people things to look at, not just, well, they said this and then they said that, because that's what's making everybody just think it's true.
So, but what's the difference between this, that, like what the girl brought up as far as like quote unquote evidence or whatever, and shit, things popping up with Diddy? Like if a new video popped up, or if, not even new video, if new information is brought to the table, and it's hard. It's brought to the table every day. Like,
it's hard for because
people are spilling stories about.
I don't like that
his
way.
White parties, all white parties.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like that way of going about it at all. Like what you just showed me with that girl, I don't like that. Like I like this way more, where people can get different sides of information. I don't like just I'm gonna tear down one person for 45 seconds. And then I'm going to come back and tear him down again for 45 more seconds. And then I'm going to come back and tear. Because there might be opposing 45 seconds of what. I get what
you're saying.
You know, what you're saying or a counter. So I feel like if you're so sure or you're so on one side, present all the evidence. Like, say both sides. Say, well, debunk it. Jay-Z, well, he couldn't have been here because he was in Atlanta. The cousin lived in New York. Like, you are doing all this information. You're finding, like, not to go backwards, but like with Drake, you're finding like pill prescriptions and all of these things. That's the era we live in. So play it safe that way for every argument. I think, like, again, you can agree with what the girl's stance is, but just try to even if you throw one thing out there that's like, well, they said this though, so I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. I don't know. And I understand it though, because there's another side. Yeah. There's another side that does the same 45 seconds for Jay-Z. So I get it. And I think even that side though, we should kind of start playing more into the middle perspective.
You just really like this I just have the word. Scenario, so like circumstance, or not even scenario.
I think I like it for myself though, so I don't want to say
the
that
dialogue aspect,
because then I can listen and come with how I feel.
That makes sense. I get what you're saying, because this is a dialogue.
Yeah,
that was a monologue.
Yes.
So like it makes sense why you like this, because it's a conversation more than just one person's side.
Yes.
So it makes sense. But that is very not obviously popular. But it does well. It has its own benefits, and it does well too, because like just like if I post this clip or whatever, it could go crazy. But same way, if I was posting someone, if it's like her shit went crazy.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit stubborn. I'm telling you, I may be old school, because I don't. Anytime those kind of things are said to me, I'll be like, "How you know? Prove it.
Right.
Cite your source.
Right.
All of those things.
I need
all of those things, and now you're gonna have to send me that, because I'll have to go back.
Because she can't give you a paternity test. The only thing that she was lacking was a paternity test.
Yeah.
So she did a good job. It wasn't opinion based.
Like who said that? How you know?
Right.
Where was you at then? You acting like you was sitting there. Yeah. So I'm like a cite your source type person. So I like a lot of information, but I don't want to knock it all the way.
Right.
I just think that us as blacks, we should need a little bit more.
And that's fair. That's fair. I'm not mad at that. All right, so because we've been at this for a minute, we've been chopping it up. How much you got anything to do? You got to go, or?
Nah, I gotta use the bathroom. That's cool.
Hilarious. Go ahead, man. That's funny. Yo, do me a favor. Give me a mic. Oh, got you. Good looks. Oh man. Let's see. Facebook's chilling. Facebook is chilling. How long we been at this? Let's see. We've been at this for 2 hours and 30. Ooh, we might have to wrap this thing up. 2:30 is crazy. Oh! Gotcha. Sheesh. All right, let me give you this back. We've been at this for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
All right.
What's it called?
I could talk, man. Talk a lot.
All right, so let's see. Let's end this with predictions for 2025. So Kendrick and SZA had their collaborations on his GNX album and their SZA's Lana album. And it was
hold on. I found the song. Yep.
What?
There it goes.
What?
Drake's hit song started from the bottom. I was in the studio when Drake was making the record. I had the record Chosen One. I always tell my engineers started from the bottom. Future told the LA Leakers. Drake thought I was talking about a song. So when I played Chosen One, he was waiting for me to say started from the bottom. He bought me a bottle of Louis XIII that I've never opened up because of this story. I'm like, man, I don't want a bottle. I need publishing. So I feel like that song from this, that's 2013, is the start of Future saying that it's over for him. You don't feel like started from the bottom was like it went crazy for
Started from the bottom went crazy, but that's a reach as hell. That sounds like one of his troll comments because
that sounds like you in the studio with me taking my bop, like you like my bop, my lingo,
right?
And then you took it and went crazy on
the song, but that's not like lines on. That's not lyrics.
Yeah, but you don't think that somebody deserves.
That sounds like a crazy take.
Yeah,
on his part.
So what would be the?
That's the equivalent.
What would be like? You inspired me to make this song.
Yeah, that's like, but that's like the equivalent to saying that like he sounds as crazy as when he said that Kendrick he should feel a way about Kendrick saying that fuck the big three. It's just me or whatever. Like he wasn't in the big three and he wasn't talking about you and like you knew that.
Yeah, but I think I believe that because I think he's joking because he was trying to.
I think he's joking about that because that's like I'm sure the story is true, but. That doesn't require publishing. That's mad. It's one thing if you feeding him lyrics, you feeding him lines.
So you wouldn't feel the way if you. He could have. If you were saying something to me a whole bunch of time, well, you probably wouldn't because you're into this stuff. So I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying.
But the thing is that it don't even matter because at the end of the day, I don't know how recent that was. I hope that's old.
It is old. It
right, because nigga came out with a whole collab album.
Yeah.
So he got his publishing at the end of the day.
No, Future was saying that was like the start of like, I'm cool. That what I'm saying. Like we know we put people in the certain categories.
Right.
I think after that, Drake was in a category for Future.
Right.
Future wasn't cool with him like Drake thought. I feel like after that. That's what I'm saying.
You think so?
Yes.
Even though they did a collab album after that,
they even did Wait for You. They even did Wait for You.
Yeah,
they didn't do it in the same studio. They wasn't together when they did that.
But that's
they just
normal,
did the video. No, but they wasn't talking to each other at that point. Like that was the label that UMG made them make the video for that. That was part of Drake's $400 million contract.
Right, but even Wait for You is relatively not. It's not new, but it's like it was like 2-3 years ago. It wasn't like
it was. But what I'm saying is, as the hood, the street person, like we see certain things.
Okay,
and it's over for you from that point. That don't mean you dead.
Right.
That just means if you keep playing, it's up. Like it's like I'm there. Like I in my head, I'm gonna put that in my head. We cool, whatever.
But starting from the bottom, so you said it was 2013?
Yes.
Well, that shit was 12 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm saying
he held that for 12 years.
All right, so when did the collab? I'm not saying he held that. I'm saying that's
part. That was last year. The collab album was last year.
Wait, with Future?
No.
I'm talking about the Future and Drake. When was the Future and Drake collab album?
2016.
And then what did they do after that?
Collapse. He was on. Future's on probably like not even probably. He's on Certified Lover Boy.
Yes. So
he got Wait for You's on Future's album.
And is that helping? So does that help Future? Correct.
I guess.
But does that mean we got to be friends?
But that was That's
what I'm saying is, does that mean we got to? I can't have like I don't really fuck with this. I know what the numbers do, but I don't really fuck with him like that. That can't bring that.
No. I mean, yeah. I mean,
that's what I'm speaking to. That's why I mean, like when with the Metro thing,
Future
I feel like Future
friend.
in his head is like, yeah, bro, we ain't like. It's just we in the rap game. Like I ain't really cool with him like that.
Okay.
Like all right, so I won't even name people because I don't want to like come off as being disrespectful.
Right.
But like Tay and Jeff is my boys.
Right.
Like I got friends.
Right.
Tay and Jeff is my boy. Like you know, there's levels.
Yeah.
So I feel like Drake put himself in a level in Future's eyes from that. Yeah, that started it. And then now we keep going, and then there's some other stories of course. Things. Okay, but I'm just saying that was one of the things that he probably put in the top.
That could be valid.
That was just like, all right.
But I feel like Drake did that with everybody. That's why it's like with when we were talking about LeBron or whatever. Like, I mean, I don't know about LeBron. I feel like some happened like recently that like really tore them apart. But
I just think that Drake is just childish still. He's still a little immature, and this will kill somebody that's immature. You know, because again, like I said, I think it's
more than that because he's not just like because that's a normal thing if you in Kingston or if you in your town, you in your city, whatever. He was the biggest star, rap star, music star, army star, whatever star for 15 years straight. Every summer is his summer. He's got the biggest smash with everybody he's collaborating with.
So all right, so if you're saying all of that, is it safe to say? So we either got to say that Kendrick is just that crazy, or the behind the scenes people really do have a lot more to say than we like to give them. Like
that's always true though, especially with this type of
that. You know what I mean? So it's like, which one are we going with, or is it a little bit of both?
When you say Kendrick's crazy, what do you mean?
Like for what he just did with him, like what he just did to
crazy,
somebody
like
that
crazy
like
good, crazy bad,
crazy good. Like,
okay,
you got to like just obviously you did this. Dude's been on top for 15 years. At least what 13? You've been around the whole 15, but you probably been in our faces a good 13 of them. And you just did this to him. So is this just the guy, or is it the guy at the right time with the back end that don't rock with how homie's acting?
I think that
like you don't think it's more than just Kendrick? That's what I'm asking.
I think that it's similar to like I think we made the comparison with LeBron or whatever, because when you are the face of something and then like the in the spotlight, and then you're making your own like whatever rash decisions or whatever, like it's very easy to pick that apart. Like you're under a microscope already. Like people hate on LeBron, hates every move or whatever, especially when he like turnovers, whatever. If he doesn't have a good game, whatever. Like that's similar to Drake.
So now, all right. So now,
like the information was right there for you.
So if Kyrie and Chris Bosh, because I think Chris Bosh did say bad things about LeBron before. But I got personal stories. I ain't even gonna bring that up. I got one, but I don't want to say the person that told me. But that LeBron is really kind of like that too. So it makes sense to me why they both are like. I've got a story that like people were making fun of NBA players, and LeBron was there, and he happened to be one of the ones they made fun of, and he didn't like what the person did, and then they went out that night.
Oh yeah,
and he didn't let that person in his section.
Oh yeah,
but he let the rest of the people.
LeBron definitely got
cool. Like you got that, but that to me is like what do we want to call? Isn't that like a little bit of like baby? Like that's Drake has that in him. I feel like
that's a fact.
So when you got two people with a little bit of that in them,
right? That's star power, and then that's the ego. That's the But I think LeBron needs. I think LeBron's like one on wax saying that he doesn't. I don't think he wants he doesn't require yes men or whatever like around him. Like Drake may say the same thing, but his actions prove that he really does. And I think LeBron is in a better.
Who do you think? You don't think LeBron got yes men around him?
He definitely does, but I'm saying LeBron is in a better, also in a better position. LeBron is more calculated than Drake on the court versus Drake like fumble and everything.
Yeah, but you're speaking to LeBron's whole as with Drake's last year. You don't give credit to the first 13. Like you don't feel like Drake was calculated to get to where.
I mean, we're talking first of all, LeBron been in the game 22 years. Drake been in the game 15. So LeBron is still more calculated than Drake is.
Yeah, more. Well, when you calculate the years, yeah. But I'm just saying.
What we talking about?
I think the level of the calculation, I feel like, is the same. I think Drake just kind of chilled out. Like he kind of. But that's the fall. But that's the same thing. LeBron probably didn't do it as far as his calculations, but he's getting his ass kicked. So that's 40. Yeah, but Drake said he should. What year did Drake say he was going to stop rapping?
35.
He should have stopped then. No, he said 30. Wasn't it something lower?
35.
Oh, it was?
Yeah,
and how old is he now?
30.
If he would have stopped at 35, he might not have had this Kendrick static.
How fuck old is he? He might be 38.
He would have stopped at 35. Yeah, he's like around my. Yeah, you're right. You probably are right.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. So if you'd have stopped 3 years ago, well, he wouldn't have to worry about Kendrick. LeBron needs to just give it up. It's over. It's a new day in era. A new day in.
But he's still putting up triple doubles and double doubles.
But that's another a conversation because that's
they
what
talking about. They talking about if he goes to Golden State.
We're champion. We're starting to champion everything. And I hate my grandfather. God rest his soul. He always used to tell me because I had kids young. He always used to tell me I can't compare the eras. And at first, when he first started telling me that, he was telling me that because I was still a kid myself. So like, you can't want them to do like when I was young. But then he always said that to me, like you can't compare the eras. So I understand that to an extent, but I think today's era, like I said, is just too cool with like you score 40 and I scored 36, and because you scored 40, you get to go around and say like you locked me up. And I'm just speaking in basketball terms.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
You know, like if we went like when we back in the day we played, if somebody we could have won and I could have scored 25, but if Buddy crossed me and I had to go to lunch. It wasn't about to be like good game. The first thing they was about to be like, yo, he crossed you, man.
But that's crazy.
So it's like now,
that's crazy.
Today, well, it is.
That's crazy.
But I think it also made us like.
That's like if you won the chip,
like what? Tough. Like it made us a little bit tougher. And I think now, to go opposite, it's making people find something.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we lost, but I don't care. I had 18. Bro, you lost by 30.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So like, what do we talk? Like, you can't. So it can't. So that's crazy, right? But then now we're all the way over here. Like, we gotta try to go here in the middle, you know. So
you think LeBron should hang it up like now? Even though if he's still he's still in the top 20
full circle
NBA players?
I respect everything about LeBron, and I hated Kobe, God rest his soul, until he got done. That made me respect him more, just like because he did other things. He said things the way he was, daughters, stuff like that. But LeBron, to me, I think he's going to damage the other respect that he can get by continuing to play. And I'm only speaking as a basketball player because the way he plays is easy to continue. Like, not like getting stats that way isn't hard, bro. Like now I'm not saying for everybody. I'm 5'8". He's 6'8". 240, you know what I mean? He's big, he's brolic, but he can be me too. Like that height, that weight at the top of the key, you know? So like I can rebound, I can score. So it's not gonna be hard for him to insert his will on the game. But I think him scoring that much points today in today's game is the reason why the Lakers aren't winning. Like I think he needs to find a way. Like we won our games a lot, and I'm giving away some gems here. We won a lot of games in basketball things because we knew who wasn't good and we made them good. Like we knew you wasn't going to worry about Jeff.
Right.
We knew you wasn't going to worry about Jeff in the corner. But we knew we played ball with Jeff enough to know that he's going to make that shot if you leave him wide open. So we was going to give him the confidence to make it. So now you got to worry about him, and then I'll do what I need to do. Whereas LeBron scoring 40.
But hasn't he done that throughout his career, though?
Yes. You know, he has done it throughout his career, but I feel like at this age now, I'm just saying the way he plays the game, he's always going to be somebody that gets statistics.
So you think that
I'm not a stats person. Like, I like stats in a certain
he's
case,
not just a stats person. He's a record-breaking person.
No, he is.
Are you not a record-breaking person either?
No, that's crazy. But what I'm saying is I've watched games, and I've watched LeBron score 30, 40 points, and I've watched him get 28 in the first half. And then whoever tapped into some lockup thing, and then he just started passing. So, like, I respect him because he'll still end up with the triple-double, but the basketball player in me was like, bro, you should have 60. You should have 70. Like, you should have killed. Why you didn't keep doing that? Why you didn't? So, it's like, as a basketball player, if I was on his team, I feel like some of the things he does would piss me off. Like, bro, take him, score. Like, I would be that. But he's amazing. He's amazing. I would debate, but I would feel like he's 2. I'd have a debate with a Kobe fan. I could see somebody saying Kobe, but I feel like he's 2. I feel like if you add his story and his sentiments and him coming from high school and all that, I would be cool with somebody picking him over. I get it.
But not over MJ.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
Gotcha.
No.
It's that era in you.
Yeah, I just think MJ was just a dog, bro. Like, when he got there, it was over. Cash the check is over.
Gotcha.
You're not, you know?
Well, I'm not getting into that with you. So I wanted to ask if you went to the Golden State, what you think?
If LeBron went to Golden State?
Or what you think that's a possibility?
I think they would win because it's the mindset. Like him and Curry's mindset. There's not 5 other people in the NBA with that mindset. And then you got other pieces. Like, if you don't got to get rid of Draymond, you got the person that'll punch somebody in the face. You know what I mean? So, like, 2 great mindsets mixed with kind of anybody. Not to bring it back again, but, like, we used to be comfortable if me and Tay was on the same team. Like, we would play with men, and we would be like, yo, Quan's playing. You know, and we're like 25, 26. Quan might be 17. But we're going to take him with us. He's playing. And, you know, so I think that if you have the mindset and the will and you have the talent, especially, I don't know what I would call it, the talent to instill it in other people, then you could go along. I've literally watched that.
Right.
Like, from myself, from Tay, from Justin Robinson, from Anthony Gaines, that's why I say from Kingston, we got something. There's something here that's here. But I think, I mean, not to cut you off, but what if it is the adversity beating basically beating the odds? The adversity of
the community, of the not support, of the not like you two make it if like, not to be cliche, but if you can make it out of Kingston, you can make it
anywhere. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Because
everything gets a little bit easier.
The majority of people,
I agree,
do whatever they do.
I agree,
and they only see what's here. They're comfortable. Whatever. So if you can elevate, not even just like whatever. You know what I mean?
Know how
you're
much
good.
I used to tell my grandmother this.
You're different.
I used to tell my grandmother this all the time, and I got a funny story about her too. She finally moved. She's down south with my aunt, and I was on the phone with her one day. And down south, people my grandmother's age, their hangout is different. Like, they'll go here. Things they do here is not the same. They'll hang out. So my grandmother had got a friend, a female, not nothing like that, but she called me and was like, you know, I met somebody, we're cool, we hung out. I met her at the library or somewhere, I think, the store. Cool. She talked. And then the lady asked her to, like, you want to hang out one day? And she took her to, like, a happy hour lounge. And it was like 4:00 in the afternoon. And my grandma called me and was like, this lady got me in a club. And I'm like, in the South, like, the older people, they did their job. Now they chilling, like have fun, hang out. So it's like you feel like that. I say that to say, like, when you go out of town, I feel like, or out of state. I'm not saying every state, but it's just much easier. It's just a little bit easier in my eyes.
Right.
Against what we have, because it's more like, I think the biggest thing about Kingston is we want more. Like, if they took the IBM building and made it an AAU facility, Kingston will rock off. There'd be jobs. There'd be all types of things for that. The kids will have somewhere to go and try to really tear up and turn up, because this is Kingston and I'm from here.
Right.
And that mentality will come back. But I think that's what I mean about a couple of dots got to get connected, and we got to get a hold of a couple more things.
Right.
And we just got to, like, really push the narrative. Like, the narrative is, what do we want out of the community? We want the kids to be good. The kids being good grows our community.
That's a fact.
I watch it. I was in Charlotte. My daughter took a visit at Country Day as a private school. That man at that school literally looked me in my eye and told me that school was funded 100% on alumni. And I don't think I ever seen a school like that in my life.
That's crazy. As
big as it was, as in second grade, you get a damn butterfly that you put a tracker on, and you track it from second grade to ninth grade on some, like, just weird stuff. But it's like, it's more teachers than students. Yeah. But it's like,
what?
The fact that
there's more teachers than students?
Yes, there's 18 kids in the class, and there'd be 3 teachers in the class with 18 kids.
That's OD.
So there's like the
on it.
Here, it's what, 20-something kids with 1 teacher.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, they're on, like you said, they're on it, but the fact that people are willing to just pour back in is what amazes me the most. Like, like, yeah, some of you, like, you're successful in your own regard, but you're pouring back in.
Right.
That's what we got to get to. We got to get to helping these kids so they can know that, like, because at Kingston, I'm this, and then I'm going to pour back into Kingston.
That makes sense. That was
I mean? That literally what Tay Fisher is like, what he's doing, you know? You just pour back into your community, because it just grows it, man. You don't, like, the accolades is there, the praise is there, the fans is there, everything's there. So it's like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not pour back in?
And that's what Jesse Canny could use as part of his team Canny and his approach, his pitch, and to go be off to the races.
No, we about to take 2025 is going to be a big year.
That's what's up.
So if you got kids, 2025, I'm telling you, this is the year.
Let's make it work, yo. Like I said, whatever you need, you got mad different resources. You got me. You got whoever you need. Just all you got to do, just get to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we chopped it up. That was I think it's almost like 3 hours.
We had like 3. They seen 2 podcasts.
That's good content.
We had a whole podcast before we even started.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So let's wrap it up there. Jesse, I appreciate you, bro. Like, more than you even know, more than I can express. This was fire. This was special. And this is only, obviously, it's as weird as it sounds, and as cliche as it sounds, it's only the beginning, quote unquote. Episode 31. Different podcasts have like hundreds of episodes and whatnot. So it's going in the right direction. Maybe not even the next time you get here, come here, because it's probably gonna be coming here soon or whatever. But by the end of this year, hopefully by the summertime, like the setup will be different, the lights will be different, the cameras will be different, the mics will be different and whatnot.
And I'll be telling you about Team Kenny. It'll be, instead of the beginning, the next time it'll be like, yeah, we've been doing this, we've been doing that. So we'll both be growing on both sides. It'll be growth on both sides.
I super appreciate you, bro, and I'm wishing you a hella successful 2025, and can't wait to see where we both end up.
Nah, respect. I appreciate the invite. I like this conversation. I liked our conversation before we started this. I want to give you your praise. I feel like I've seen you probably the past 10 years going in the same direction with different directions wrapped up in a ball. But I don't think I ever seen you stop. And I think I like that. Like, I'm somebody that, like, it doesn't matter if you're older than me or you're younger than me. Like, people's drives me. And I think that you're definitely, like, in a top 5 from our city that I could say that, like, I seen you do a couple different things and have been very impressed that you continue to go and you do those things. And the biggest thing with me, with you, is I feel like even as a kid, nobody could say something that bothered. Like, you was always good being you.
Yeah.
Like, you never struggled being you.
Yeah.
As different or whatever as it was, like, you was always cool and humble with being Jalani. And I like that. I liked it. Taste camps. Like, I could go on and on and on with different examples of what I mean, but just, I guess in little words, it's just like I feel like you've always been comfortable being yourself, and that's big for this town.
Right.
Like, people got to start getting more comfortable. Just be you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the people are going to like you. Some people are going to hate you. But
right.
if you're you, how could that be negative?
Be you, but also be a good person.
Yes.
Because, like, some people
run
with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Right. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's just the other side to that, because people are so it's a layered conversation. I'm trying to wrap it up as quick as possible, but people will try to be somebody else.
Yes.
Be who they want to be.
Be
a facade.
Yes.
Or they'll be themselves and be an asshole.
Yes. But
so it's like,
you got to do what you said.
Right, and I knew what you were saying. But it's
somebody else part. But you're right. If you be yourself, sometimes you got to fall back.
Because Jesse being himself, Jesse is a good person. So Jesse being himself is a good thing.
Isn't bad. Yeah.
Tay Fisher being himself, Jeff being himself, Jalani being himself. Yeah. They're all good things. But some people need to work on being good people and then be themselves.
Yes. No, I agree.
But I knew what you meant. Yeah. But it's just like.
No, you got to put it out there for
right. And it's what I've been thinking about too. It's like it's important. It's also there's just layers to it and whatnot. So, but like I said, this is the first time you've been here. First time, the first episode of the new year,
right?
So I
gotta come back.
I can't tell you enough how I appreciate it, and it's gonna be exciting to see where things go.
Yeah.
So for sure,
we gotta recap Kenny, by the end of 2025.
Team Kenny, 10 Lions Podcast. It's up from here.
Got it.
Appreciate you, fam.
No problem.
All right, let me push this joint before my joint dies.